Hello,
over my
everybody,
Hemi.
and welcome back to Ride or Dice,
Hello.
your favorite RPG show on the internet. I'm not sure how much of that conversation got onto the stream, so hopefully none of it.
Not much.
You always mute us.
I
Probably
do. I thought you were done talking at one point. I'm not sure how much actually came over though.
We're mostly in the wrong places on the.
Yep, that's true. Why is
Just
that?
know at every opportunity, Dakota, I'm going to try to get
Cat are in the right places.
at every opportunity,
That's
Dakota. I'm
so
going to try to
funny.
get Keaton to crack before right before the show starts.
All right. Well,
And I will crack every
I
time.
didn't even hear specifically what you said. It was just the cadence of something that was funny. Like that's it. It's just like I know he just said something lewd.
Not
It
lewd.
had the cadence of a lewd joke.
I thought you said a lubed joke. I was like, why are you lubing your jokes?
That they go down
slide
easier.
in nice and easy.
There you go. Nice.
Oh
This is
no!
my 4-month subiversary.
Wow.
Celebrate.
There we go.
chaos. So that.
Absolute chaos. Well, it wouldn't be Odyssey without some technical difficulties, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
I hope everybody else is in the right spot. We'll see. It looks better now. Thank you for the Prime sub, Cameron.
Man.
And thank you everybody for tuning back in. Obviously we've had a bit of a chaotic schedule lately, what with Easter and March being an insane month. So thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thanks, Jesus.
And more to the point, thank you for supporting the channel in any way you can with resubs like Keegan and Prime subs from Cameron. Cameron, do you want to talk about our new Prime sub program?
I would love to. Guys, with fascism on the rise, it's a
No.
dangerous time to be alive.
There we go.
But you can do your small part in fighting fascism through one small video game called Wolfenstein: The New Order, which is available for free on Prime Gaming, which you get by linking your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch.television account. So you can be killing Nazis all day long.
Nothing less
my part.
fascist than utilizing your Amazon Prime subscription.
Sound appealing to you? Great. What's even more appealing is that you can be given us a free Prime Gaming subscription, or any of your other favorite content creators, one per month.
Can
And
be given us.
That's a free subscription to your favorite Twitch.television account. And that's a great way to support your favorite creators on Twitch. Think about it.
Support the arts, yeah.
So support the arts,
Fuck
or
Nazis.
you're a dangerous fascist, and
Don't
I
fuck
hate you.
Nazis. Punch Nazis.
Oh yeah.
Quick
Back
Fuck
to
with
you in the
Nazis.
studio, Dakota.
Thank you.
Fuck with Nazis.
Quick word of warning on Wolfenstein. I tried to play it with my granted Radeon 480 graphics card. This was like 7 years ago. They may have fixed it. It blue screened my computer like 4 times in a row. So maybe look into seeing if they fixed that before launching the
Sounds
game.
like
Hold
sounds
up.
like you let the Nazis win.
I'm going to
Keegan.
assume they did because I
I'm
played
gonna really
it on
hope
my
so.
laptop.
When I googled it at the time, they had said there was no plan to fix the drivers. They had just said that they're not gonna bother because they didn't think it was worth it. So I didn't ever play that game.
Amazing.
Recommended
So if
minimum
you don't want to be
requirement-
like Keegan and let fascism win, use your
Yeah.
Prime sub to get the game.
Yeah.
It's free also. So
True.
Yeah, exactly.
recommended GPU, GeForce 460, Ateon Radeon HD 6850 with an
Those
Intel
numbers.
iCore i7 equivalent or AMD.
Wow.
There you go.
I think that would break. I think that would melt my computer.
I mean,
Yeah, probably.
I streamed it like 4 months ago, and it was
Yeah.
just fine
Okay.
on my $600 laptop.
Nice.
So
Very good.
What graphics card
It's
do you
Mine
have?
is here to use like
I don't think we need to
Word
do the
and
tech
Final
chat.
Draft.
tech chat.
Not Linus, Tech Tips. We're not Linus Sebastian or any equivalent YouTuber. Other YouTubers are available.
All right.
We
Like
can
us.
just play Dungeons and Dragons.
Should we mention our other sponsor then?
I know nothing of that.
I don't think that's been fully set up yet, so maybe we'll wait until next week when we have more information on that.
All right.
Tune back in next week. I know
for exciting
everyone came.
announcement.
I know everyone came this week.
We're putting the
Let's-
cliffhanger in really early.
That's right.
Tune back in next week.
Awesome. So, with that, let's go ahead and dive back into the world of Odyssey. So, last time, our heroes had made their way back to Athelos after a couple of trying months. They had taken some time to relax, rebuild the town, get some more people settled in.
We talking about in the game or in real life? Couple
Yes.
of
Going on in real life.
turbulent
Nobody
months.
can relax in
Jesus
real life.
Christ.
So and this culminated in Eamon's decision to help you guys end your contract with the United Republics Trading Company. So, the newly formed Athelos Security Squad paid their dues to the trading company, and they became officially a free mercenary company, free to do whatever they saw fit. And decided to continue helping out the town in whatever sort of directions that they wanted. However, they did decide that they wanted to travel further infield towards the Valley of the Emerald Sea, where they only knew about the Hobgoblin Imperium so far. So, with that, they decided to take a small regiment of Reggie's Mornbringer soldiers to Barren Spring to do some light scouting before they headed off onto their next adventure, to the Teeth of Talvos and to the Burning Summit. With that, we're going to go ahead and get back into things. So, you guys wake up. It is the morning of your departure, and you have packed, you've prepared, you've gathered your rations and mounts and everything. The Mornbringer soldiers appear to be waiting near sort of the outskirts of the settlement, prepared to continue on with you to Barren Spring. So, is there anything that anybody would like to do before you leave?
I'd like to give a big kiss to everyone in town.
Roll Constitution. They're very dirty.
Oh no.
How dare you say
Please
that
don't.
about our settlers?
They're not ours anymore. We're free.
I think I know why you didn't play Wolfenstein.
Ooh.
That's it.
Oh boy.
Tune in next
boy.
week. We're done.
All right.
It
That's
begins.
it. That's the end.
Tune in next week. We're
Oh,
done.
no.
That's it.
I don't think I have anything
As
I
part
need to do.
of preparing in the morning, I'm going to do an augury ritual.
Okay.
I mean, it says within the next 30 minutes. I mean, I guess this is like as we set out.
Yeah.
I'll do an augury ritual, and so I'll get my little stone bowl, and get all my little bones together, and I will cast them in and ask if leading the soldiers is a good idea. Is like the result of leading the soldiers to Barren Spring.
You take a moment, and eventually the bones cast in the bowl reveal a wheel result, indicating good things to come.
Leading
You-
is
you
probably a
cast
good
them.
thing.
You cast them into the bowl, and they spell out the word "try again later." Ask another time.
Yeah, there is a nothing result. just like, you know, it's fine.
Could go either way.
We'll think about it.
It's like a magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else that anybody wants to do before leaving town? Sarah?
Do we know roughly how long we're gonna be gone?
So
Do we have an idea travel-wise?
your original plan was to go to Barren Spring and then head back, and then
Mm.
take a ship with Captain Curtis over to the archipelago. That
For
being
hot
said, it
island
takes
adventure.
with mounts, it takes about a day and a half to reach Barren Spring,
Okay.
and
we're
then
not
back is about
mounts,
3
right?
days. Sorry,
We don't have mounts because we're with the soldiers, right?
correct,
Or at least for terms of traveling speed.
correct.
Yeah, how far is it on foot then?
Double.
Sorry, I misspoke. It's about a day and a half without mounts.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a day with mounts.
And we're going with the soldiers up to Barren Spring, right? We're not just gonna have them go.
No,
Correct.
we're going up to
Okay.
Barren Spring, and then they're gonna circle around the eastern point of those mountains and come back to Othalos, and we're gonna continue up around the eastern side of the lake. At least
I
that
think
was
the idea
the
is-
plan from last session.
Yeah, we're going so we can also take a look around town because we haven't
Okay.
fully been back with everyone there to
Yeah.
like check it out.
Okay.
That's
Just
about it.
dusting off the spider webs of my memory from 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
It's been a hot minute.
How we
I
remember
will-
anything from that month-long break, I don't know.
But I'll have Saren go and kind of check on her temple and make sure it's all good. As well as take some of the gold out of her mattress to take with her to Barren Spring.
It does seem, the shrine as you approach does seem somewhat more vibrant than when you originally left to go cleanse that other altar.
Wait, that's okay.
The flowers
nice.
seem a little bit more like alive. They seem a little bit more like bright and colorful.
Mm.
It seems this place dedicated to Seneca has gained some sort of vibrancy.
Nice.
Makes sense.
We like that, right, Saren? That's good.
Yes,
that's
we
good.
like that.
Cool.
That's good.
These are good things.
Saren is holding on by a thread.
Let's leave. Let's go somewhere else now.
Uh,
Can you go somewhere where God
before
can't
I
we
would
see
also
us?
say,
oh, sorry.
really quick, as you woke up this morning, and you notice it because it has been unusual in how long it's lasted. Maybe it's approaching the wet season, but it has rained every single day since you guys have left the altar.
Mm,
Beautiful.
That's not
love
good.
Okay.
Reggie is miserable.
I wonder if we
Reggie
could get a
is
swimming
moist.
pool made.
Reggie's
Next
very
to our
moist,
house.
and that is not something that lizards like.
It's getting rusty.
Reggie's got mold coming in under his scales.
Someone needs to get a toothbrush and scrub me
I was
immediately.
just gonna say he needs a little toothbrush like how you
Yes.
see with like little alligators. Well, I love that. Yeah. That's it. That's all I do.
I think Ian had something.
Asariel? Is he frozen?
Uh-oh.
Frozo.
He may be
Oh,
frozen.
no.
Frozen.
Sorry, Ian.
Please. Oh,
Oh?
Oh,
Uh-oh. There he goes.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Rats.
we made him mad.
That's gonna fuck everything
Fine.
up.
Because we
Oh,
kept
it's
shit
real-
talking
it's
Dragon
real
Age.
Crazy. It's real crazy on the overlay
Bear
right
with
now.
me, bear with me.
We're getting there.
This is the
Oh,
one
we
thing
Yeah.
look great.
I didn't prepare for.
We look great.
This is how I
I don't want
prepare.
to jinx
about-
us, but Keto and I's internet's also being kind of slow.
Uh-oh.
I don't know about
I
your
haven't had
computer,
any
Keaton.
issues. No.
mine's all like jumpy, and I got the little message that was like your internet is not secure. So
No, I've not had any
That-
issues. Have you tried closing out of your 18 tabs?
there's only 3 tabs open, and they're all D&D related. And also, there's my email, but that's it.
What
You can
browser is
close
it?
Why do you use your email?
It's just Google Chrome.
That's why.
I need the email up. I have a lot of
See,
emails all the
everybody
time.
always says
Email in
that.
Firefox, and it uses a
And-
fifth of the amount of RAM that Google Chrome does.
Everybody says
Well,
this
I'm
to me,
changing.
and I read that, but I'm like, I've literally never had any issue with Chrome. like,
Because it's
taking
if
up-
you have more than like I think it's like 4 or 8 gigs of RAM. It's really not a huge deal to have them running. It just does use a ton of RAM. Firefox doesn't use a little, but it's less than Google Chrome does.
I'd like to take the Bahir scales and get them
Yeah, you're like
started on incorporating them into some armor.
mm.
That's what Ian wanted to do.
Copy.
Ah,
Chat,
Oh, Brad.
I'm there for you. I gotcha.
He wants to Monster Hunter it up.
if I can, well, I'll give him my forge tools, and if he's assuming that he is in the wagon, kind of tinkering away as we're working our way up towards Barren Springs, I'll just be riding along behind and sort of like pointing out things to do that he might need help with.
I
If
assume
that'll-
he was taking them to Pizzazz.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was like building them because we were leaving.
There we go. I fixed it.
That's that. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
It could be otherwise.
So he starts incorporating the Bahir scales. He just starts weaving them into essentially his leather armor. Unsure of how effective it'll be so far. But with that, you guys begin heading out on the road with the soldiers. You might want to just take them out with you to Barren Spring and continue traveling at their pace, so you can take them on the way back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hang out in a wagon.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
my
gonna,
mount.
I
A
was gonna.
wagon.
I'm gonna sit in the back of the wagon. I'm gonna play a jaunty tune on the guitar for all of the
Ooh.
soldiers to march to.
There you go.
That's cute.
That's lovely.
If we have enough people on the wagon, then I'll have one of the spare raptors being ridden by the captain so that we can chat.
Cool. All right. Oh,
He's back.
Wait,
there we go.
no. I will accompany you with my harp that I learned to play during the downtime.
Do you
I'll do
have
some
a harp?
accompaniment.
Have you had a harp?
Fuck me. I must have a harp. Like, I must have gotten a harp
I
when
the
I
idea
learned to
that-
play the harp,
I like
right?
that Saren learned the harp theoretically.
I can't learn it without owning a harp. Surely I bought a harp. That was
I
part of
would
the money that I
imagine.
gave you,
I
right?
would
Because
that makes sense to me. I'm
I
fine
think
with
it's
that.
funnier though if she just learned it in like theory.
I just read a bunch of books about it.
Yeah, she's like, I understand where all the notes are.
good.
Oh my god.
It's
learned
like
the
me
jaw
playing
harp.
Valorant. I understand how to play it.
All right. Asariel, go ahead and give me a, I want to say, like a, it's like a tool proficiency, like leather workers or like weavers tools or something like that, with your dexterity mod to bring the Bahir scales into your armor.
16.
16. So you're able to incorporate them at least along the arms for now. It's a long sort of arduous process. So you're able to get.
I just picture like while we're traveling, Asariel's like almost like pseudo crocheting.
There you go.
Gives me some
Knitting some armor.
flashbacks.
Yeah.
Thinking about She Kills Monsters flashbacks now.
Yeah. You have some idea that this will probably impact the armor's like ability to store or negate electrical energy, lightning energy that's coming at you. If you're able to complete
Just thinking about that first dragon fight, it's like, yep, this is a good thing.
it. Mm-hmm. Cool. So with that, you guys proceed along the way. Reggie, you wanted to ride alongside Captain Reuben?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little chat with them real quick.
Cool. So Captain Reuben, again, a tall black dragonborn, and he is riding along one of the Dino Nicuses with you. He seems somewhat stately, a little bit like more down to earth, and he keeps kind of a constant one eye over his soldiers, making sure that none of them stray too far off the path. Give me an insight check.
Uh-oh. 13?
13. He gives you the air of almost like a father looking over a bunch of his children.
Dad energy.
Doesn't fully trust them to not get into trouble on this road, and is trying to do his best to engage with in your conversation while also keeping most of his attention focused on how do I keep these boys from killing each other.
Is that? Oh, I didn't realize that was a concern we had amongst the company.
Or killing themselves, rather.
Okay, all right. I can't imagine they like the rain either, so we're all just miserable little dragonborns
Yeah.
marching along.
Exactly.
All right.
You're
Captain
welcome.
Ruben,
I knew
No.
that was going to be a bad idea.
Not happening.
This is being muted.
Yep.
All right,
It
it's
was,
done.
It was just putting the thumbs up in response to Ian, and then just I could just see Cameron just the idea just just wait.
I muted it, by the way, so I can't hear it. Oh,
What
it's
is-
not being muted. How is that playing through it?
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, fuck this. It's in the bottom left.
I saw. How do I? Okay, no, it was just playing through somebody's speakers, I guess. It's playing through Cat. It was playing through Cat's speakers.
I don't know why it's coming through my regular speakers and not my headphones when the voices are coming through my headphones, but I'm not gonna question it. I think it's funny.
Word read thingy.
All right.
Weird.
I ask you to use this with responsibility.
Only duck
Yeah.
claps.
Will do.
All right, Captain Ruben. So anyway, was hoping
Watch
to
your viewer count
get
go
your
down.
thoughts on just sort of a question. Actually, I remembered Frida, the owner of the trading company that I came over here on that mission for. I wondered, you ever had any run-ins? Heard anything about her? I know remarkably little, despite having been in business with her.
Most of my experience has been with nobility in Mavrand. As far as I know, the United Republics have an office or two in Mavrand, but they're mostly based in Silwyn and Dinesh.
All right.
So I don't have much experience with. I've heard of her. I read some reports on the settlement and its situation, but I don't know anything about her personally.
Okay, well, worth a shot to get some info anyway. I suppose I just wanted to know, how are the men doing? Are they feeling all right about what's to come? Their trek through the jungle to come and that expedition.
They're good. I think some of them are excited to be traveling afield. They're excited to actually have something to do that isn't guarding for what appears to be, for all intents and purposes, a fishing village.
Fair.
So they're excited. They're hoping, a few of the newer ones are hoping for some action, which I imagine if we find any, will quickly cure them of that notion. But they're good. I've picked a good crew to travel with me. And you can see he's brought probably like 8 or so soldiers with him, leaving the other dozen or so back at Othalos.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more information on that jungle to the east of Othalos before you end up returning. I had a favor I wanted to ask you. Not a favor so much as a delayed request, perhaps. We are heading up towards this area, and I'll point out the Green Guardian and even like further north on the map to him.
Sure.
After we leave Barren Springs. It's quite far away, and as you know, there's the Hobgoblin Imperium at some point in between here and there. I don't expect us to be back for a time. However, I would like to put a time limit on that, where if we have not returned or sent some form of word, perhaps some soldiers could come looking for us to make sure that we have not been captured or taken in any way that would be unbecoming.
We can see about doing something like that. This is after you return from your trip to the island, correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, whenever we do make the longer expedition, we'll be gone for, I would imagine, over a month. I would think whatever the length of our journey that we're estimating, double it. And if you haven't heard from us around then, I would start to worry and possibly send some scouts.
We could do something like that.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to cover my bases in case we get stabbed or killed or captured or anything fun like that while we're out and about.
Good to know. We'll keep an eye out.
Final. Okay, good. Sorry. Final question that I did want to ask. This is more of a personal question because I don't know this. Are Warbringers? Do you have families back in Maverins, back home, or is it a solo thing?
We're not necessarily expected to give our entire lives to the family, but some of the younger ones simply don't make enough in order to support a family on. So a lot of them try to work their way up the ranks or try to get out when they can. But the Wormbringers do take care of us well. I personally do have a family.
Okay.
They live back in the mainlands. Yeah.
Would you mind terribly if I ask for one of their names?
For whose names? My family?
Yes, just someone close to you.
Well, my mate, her name is Kira, and I have a son named Ryland.
Kira and Ryland. Ruben, I'm sure they're very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna go be miserable in the rain a little bit more. I'll talk to you later.
Have fun.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Did you ask for that guy's wife's name?
It's because he's very soldier mercenary type, and I
Leverage.
kind of wanted to make him like a real person in my head, and giving him like a family that he cares about sort of did that. He was just kind of like Ruben, the captain guy to me right there. So as soon as Dakota was like, "Oh, he kind of looks like a dad," I'm like, I want to know more. I want to know what his family's name is.
Cut down.
I love it.
You know.
I love it.
Tokyo,
Ruben.
welcome in. Oh, thank you for the party hydrate.
Hello.
Where's my? Oh shit! I forgot my water.
I swear.
I do have to grab more coffee, so I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Go for it. Okay, cool.
The hydration horn.
With that, I mean, you guys are treading grounds that you have walked a few times before. And now with the agreements between Athalas and Baron Spring, it has become fairly well trodden at this point. Enough to the point where there's different signposts and occasionally a like guard squad will come probably once or twice while you're on this journey. Will come by and sort of inspect the safety of the road and give you like a good day and everything like that. But there's no real chance of getting lost on the road at this point. So you guys make
He
it.
said.
You camp on the edge of the jungle, and you can just make out that ramshackle, massive statue of some ancient giant warrior holding a massive spear next to the town, which marks the way to Barren Spring. You
Good
guys
old
bed down, camp.
Colossus Roads.
Who would like to take first watch?
I'll do
I
it.
can.
Okay, cool. You notice that a couple of the Mornbringer soldiers are standing watch each of the two ships as well. They don't pay you too much trouble, but they're mostly keeping the lookout. So if you wanted to, you could theoretically leave the watches up to them as well. Asariel and No, you guys are first up. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Sheesh. 13.
13,
15.
15.
Yeah,
You
Did we
guys,
already do watches? Sorry.
we're doing it now.
we're start.
Okay, cool.
So you guys keep an eye out. You don't notice anything too out of the ordinary. This jungle seems like it has been a little quiet on your journey today. You're not exactly sure why. Maybe it's the rain and all the animals and stuff are just trying to take refuge from it. Maybe it's something else. Who knows? But the sounds of as night sort of descends on the Forbidden Lands, the insects all start to come out, and they more than make up for the quietness of the earlier day. Really enjoying the moistness in the air and the dewdrops that have been left for them. But
While we're taking watch, Sarah's good. No, I wanted to say, last time we took watch together, I made some comments that were unkind about our about our certainty of. I said some stuff that I shouldn't about the about things going off and wondering what's going to happen and just. I'm not good at this shit, but just I'm sorry. That wasn't fair. We all got our fucking burdens, and I shouldn't have been hammering about yours.
Thank you. And you don't need an insight roll to know that he doesn't know what you're talking about, meaning that like water has already passed under the bridge.
Oh,
So yeah, once the serial picks us up, it's like, okay, segue. So dual wielding now, huh? That's fun. And he's like struggling to make small talk.
Yeah, I figured I had a whole other hand and it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So you might as well put something else in it.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, I mean, like, I got the bow, and that takes both hands. But if I had a free hand, like, I'd totally fill it with like a dagger or something.
Or a grenade.
I have no idea what that is.
A bomb.
Oh, maybe. Do you think Artie could make bombs?
I think that has been Artie's whole thing this entire time.
I haven't interacted with him much, to be honest.
I wouldn't recommend it.
somebody get this man a shield.
Somebody get this man a shield. Someone get this man a grenade.
Somebody get this man a gun.
I don't know if we can keep this bit going.
We can keep going until it's done.
They shield now. They shield now.
They shield now. No shields? No shields.
No shields.
No shields. But yeah, Sarah just kind of like stammers into awkward small talk for the watch. Because like he had like a whole vision of like how this was gonna go. It's like okay, I apologize. And it's like, oh, he's cool with it. Shit, where do I go from here?
Noah's just gonna like play a little guitar thing. Be like, how much? Like, how far do you think I have to go before I start either waking people up or soothing them into a deeper sleep? Like, at what point do I become either like a dragonborn charmer or
the Sandman?
Like, yeah.
Well,
we could play bets.
I think experience will give you the answer to that.
I just picked this thing up and I knew what to do. So I don't know. We don't know how far this could go is what I'm saying. You know? And like the rest of the watch, I'm going to spend my time like hovering over some sleeping soldiers and just like trying to play like sweet lullabies and just watch them.
Eventually building up into a Dragon Force style riff.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. Eventually, with a few disgruntled Mournbringer soldiers who like put some of their like knapsacks over their ears to try and like block out the sound. A couple of them give some angry glares to you. They do not appear to be huge fans of you. But eventually your watch finishes and you can go wake up the next watch. Who wants to take second watch?
Nope.
I'll
Saren,
take second watch.
Saren and Garm. Cool.
Are we doing? Do we do
Hey.
2 or 3 watches?
2.
2.
Yeah, it counts as part of your long rest for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love
I'm
how
not really
often
gonna
Dakota
take
says this.
Watch. I am gonna do something else. So, but I want to be awake at this time. So
Okay, cool. Perception check from just Saren then.
6.
6. All right, cool.
But
It's
I would
Josh.
also, just to kind of flavor up that really low perception score, I'm gonna gently play the harp and try and undo the damage done by No.
What are you talking about?
I want them to like you and the party again.
Go
so
ahead.
I'm gonna soothe them to sleep.
Give me
I
a
played beautiful music.
performance
Yeah.
check.
I believe you.
Your
Why
playing
did
was
I
fine.
get to roll?
Your playing
because
was fine, no.
You were specifically playing it right above them.
What do you think music is, Dakota?
superfluous.
I got a 13.
A 13. You
My
you
roll would have been better.
you you start playing the harp, and trying to undo the damage, so to speak, of No's guitar, and you're playing for a little bit as Garm seems to be doing something else, and for a moment there you think it's working. You hear some snoring coming from one of the soldiers, until one of them was like just starts shouting out from his tent that they've set up, "Shut the fuck up!"
I stopped playing.
Undo
I
the
start
damage.
playing
I will
again.
make more noise.
Garm, what are you up to while this is going
Darren
on?
is made of hubris.
So I'm going to go sit by the campfire, and I'm gonna take some of my incense out,
Mm.
and I'm going to light them by the fire, and I'm just gonna sit by there and kind of trace my fingers through the dirt, and eventually sort of make a little sigil of sorts. And as part of that, I'm going to be casting. Sorry, one last thing, because I forgot the last step of that. I'm going to pull out a small vial of some of my charged moon water
Okay.
and pour it onto the sigil, and I will cast Commune.
Okay.
And I
Who you
Isn't that the
calling?
stuff Gwyneth Paltrow was selling?
I will see who answers my questions.
Okay.
How she cleans her vibrators. Moon water. Only $89.99 a gallon.
I think you were the only person who heard that joke too. So this is great.
I heard it. I was just
Okay.
debating whether or not I want to tell a personal anecdote.
Did you get hit by her in a skiing accident?
You
No, I have a friend who believes in moon water and puts out cups of water every full moon.
Cups of moon?
you
Fair
wait
enough.
Salt water. Gotta put out your ocean water.
you wait for a response, and eventually this kind of like cool mist kind of seeps around the bowl, and you hear a harsh but still calm and confident voice. Garm, it has been a long time. And you hear the voice, for one of the first times, the true voice of Unash.
Shit. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die right now. This is death.
Mommy.
I will contain my desire to try and reach out in a not sense of trying to. I'm going to maintain my professional relationship.
Not
And
just
I will
shout,
ask my
mommy.
3 commune questions and not waste them on emotional things that I want to do.
Okay.
But I'm really tempted. But he's gonna keep his cool. Slightly.
'Kay.
Um Will I find the answers that I seek back at the Hallow Fens?
No.
Fuck. Rethink the whole next 5 sessions.
Turn around now.
And this would have been a good place for the horn.
That
Work on
after a momentary pause, she replies, "That depends on the questions you ask when you arrive. That does not count as one of your questions.
Try again later.
That does not count as one of your questions."
Okay.
Fucking hate talking to goddamn motherfucking god.
I don't know. God, I had questions that popped into my brain just now, and I was like, wait, I don't know that. I can't ask that question. Is Saren's patron good?
Saren's loyalty, I feel, slips and waxes and wanes between two diametrically opposed forces, one of whom is my enemy, and another is irrelevant to me.
That's awkward.
Okay. Is Sedeca your enemy?
Indeed, she is.
Oh.
Um. Oh fuck. Will we find another of the weapons that Reginald is searching for? Sorry, I have to look up that. At the Burning Summit.
Unclear. I know of the weapons that he holds. I know that there's one still remaining in these lands. The
Are
other
there like 40?
the other 7 have already been claimed.
Oh.
I know that it resides here and that it has been buried for a millennia. But as to where it resides, I cannot definitively say if it is the Burning Summit.
It's under an old shoebox.
Well, those are my 3 questions.
The cold mist begins seeping back into the bowl. And you hear her offer as a sort of like closing remark to you. She says, "Be ever the hunter, Garm, and not the prey." And then you feel her presence leave you.
I take my hand and I sweep away the sigil and the water, and I kind of toss what's left of my incense into the fire. And I sort of rise, and I'm assuming that Saren is in general
Yeah.
line of sight.
Yep, you see her.
I'm just going to look at her And I'm going to give her a very cold glance. And I'm going to walk away.
As you do, you feel that corruption creeping further up your arms.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Cool.
Rude.
And with that, the rest of your guys' watch ends as daylight begins to break. You guys all pack up your camp and prepare to
Fascinating.
head back to Baron's.
We were only the second.
We're
We
only
were
doing
only
two.
the second watch. Oh,
Only
I thought
doing-
you said 3.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No worries. So you guys pack up, get remount onto the wagon and different dinosaurs and make the rest of the way toward Barren Spring. When you're
Coda,
getting,
can't you just fucking accept that we want to do 3 watches in a night?
I can, but
It
it
was
takes
3 watches.
too long. Takes too long.
I'm sorry that we want to role play. I'm
You
sorry
should
that
be.
we want to play the game.
You should be. I want a perception check from everybody as you approach the town.
It's on
Is this
fire.
part of our watch?
No.
Ooh. You said
18.
perception, right?
Perception. 7 for Saren, 18 for no. Garm.
I'm not doing well
What?
today.
Oh no.
I didn't say anything.
18
I got
was
a
for me.
23.
Oh, 18 for Reggie, 23 for no,
Why can I not? 21. Jesus.
21 for Garm.
It was just
Asariel?
staring at the 12, and I'm like,
My elf eyes are wide open. That's a nat 20 for a total of 30.
Wow.
oh boy.
So
Ooh, boy.
Reggie, Garm,
I'm
no, and Asariel, basically everybody but Saren. You guys see these as you approach the town. You see these figures seemingly flying above it. And for a moment, you think that these must be particularly large birds, until Asario, you are able to get a somewhat like better look at them, and you see that these aren't birds. They're not really flying, so to speak. They're being held aloft by large balloons of some sort, and that these figures aren't really creatures in the traditional sense. They are goblins wearing what look like rudimentary contraptions made of wood and sails that have been tied to these balloons and are seemingly floating high above the city, probably 200 or 250 feet above.
Airships?
Shoot one
Oh.
down.
They don't look like airships necessarily. These look like
Oh.
people wearing suits that are designed to at least physically resemble birds, but have put most of the like the actual lift in the air on the balloon. The balloon seems to be
like-
what's keeping them aloft.
So they're like on like hang gliders that are up in the air because of a hot air balloon.
They're almost
like a small one.
they're on like flight suits. Like imagine like
Okay.
those like flying squirrel suits that
Hmm.
people have. But it's like that. It's like a Batman cape, but made out of like wood and like roughly sewn like sailcloth essentially, and then
You had
tied
me
to a
at- you had me
balloon
at-
at the end.
You had me at balloon.
They're just tied to a cluster of balloons.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
I'm just a little black rain cloud.
and with the 30, I would say that you can even see descending from them is a small rope of some kind that seems to drift to the ground.
Oh my god, they're tied to the ground too.
I'll definitely point this out to the party. Like those are no birds. I've never seen goblins fly by balloon.
What do you think the purpose of such a contraption is?
I hope for fun, because that looks amazing.
We're flying too close to the sun.
Said they're 250 feet up.
About that, yeah. It's hard to
Nice.
gauge distance with the size and everything, but somewhere between 200 and 250 feet up.
I'm gonna nudge Isariel, and I'm just gonna like nod my head towards his bow. Just shrug my shoulders a little bit.
Sorry, like it takes one.
Jesus.
He thinks about it, like not like that he's actually considering doing it, but more of the like, could I make that shot? And it's like, I mean, I could. I mean, if I wanted to,
Yeah.
How many balloons are they on each? Is it just the one, or could we
Just
like
one
pop
big one. One big one
Ah.
each of them.
I was hoping we could pop maybe one of like 5 and send them just slowly.
I'm just drifting.
it's like a Sarah will like do some like calculations, look
Like
at
a
the balloons, and look,
balloon.
Yeah.
and then look at him and be like, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
we ask someone in the town if they know what's going on with that before we kill them.
Maybe the
Hey,
fair is
Hey
in town?
Reggie, I specifically nudged Asariel. This is an A and B conversation. See your way out of it.
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna walk towards the town to go ask someone about it,
Okay.
given that
Cool.
I can't see what's going on behind me.
So the soldiers now are like sort of remarking on it, overhearing your guys' conversations. They're like, "What the devil is going on here?"
Well, clearly it's a goblin balloon brigade.
We are being dragged along by dinosaurs through the plains. I don't think this is the weirdest thing that could be happening.
Just early drone technology.
Yeah, true. You make your way into Baron's Spring after another little bit of travel. It's probably about noon or 1 by the time you guys actually make it into the city. And it looks much the same way as it did when you first arrived in Baron Spring. Albeit there are no soldiers, and the town seems to have livened up even more. It was already kind of like a chaotic and lawless place when you arrived the first time. But without the Imperium soldiers patrolling through, the whole thing seems to have taken on a kind of like new level of chaos.
Is it around festival time?
It is not.
Well, could we start a new festival time? Ass Fest? Instead of, what was it, Hornbreakers?
Hordebreaker.
Every time we
Ass
show up,
breakers.
it's Ass Fest time, baby.
Not ass breakers. No, absolutely not.
That is for the After Dark
breakers.
show.
Wow.
So you guys,
No.
This is a post.
you make your way into the town, and you could see a couple of like small goblin children and running towards what appears to be that large ancient dwarven citadel that was set up near the center of town, where
How tall are they? Are they like
Papa's
this big?
kitchen. They're like probably 2 feet or so off the ground.
It's perfect kicking height.
Yeah. They look like they give their speech gives them the impression of being like 8 years old in terms of like human years, but they stand about the size of like a toddler, like a human toddler, maybe like 2 or 3
None
years
of us
old.
are humans. We don't have that frame of reference.
You're
I'm 10, and I'm the tallest one.
How many guards?
Yeah, true. How many garms?
how tall is Garm? He's like
That's-
7 foot.
About just over 7 feet.
Like a fourth of a garm.
They're like, yeah, about a fourth of a Garm, about a quarter of a Garm.
That's pretty short.
Quarter garm. Wow.
Quarter garm, crazy.
With cheese.
Quarter garm with
4 of
cheese.
them. You can get at least 4 of them in one of these bad boys, and he starts patting Garm
in
on the
Europe,
head.
they call it a Royale garm with cheese.
You know what all these people talking about how the metric system is better than the imperial system. They haven't heard of the Garmic system yet. Just wait till everything gets measured in
The garment.
increments of garms.
How much liquid
You're
can
so
it
right
hold?
for that.
About 3/5 of a garm of fluid.
I don't
And
understand
that's
why
not
that
like
isn't
how
clear.
much liquid in Garm's body. That's how much he could just hold in his mouth.
Yeah. Horrific.
It's got big cheeks though.
Yeah,
He does have big
like a
cheeks.
pelican.
3/5 of a garm is a lot. It's like a half gallon.
Little did we know Garms have pelican like neck.
Only garm does. No other
Yeah.
knoll
No
does,
other
just
knoll.
garm.
That would be
Oh my
silly.
God.
Old, wrinkly.
Horrible necrotic hands.
Yep.
Pelican gullet.
Yep. Cool. So,
It's so that he can
do you
save
guys
his prey for later.
do you guys want to follow the kids into the center of town?
No.
No, that's creepy.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I want to go out in front of the kids. I want to cut them off.
Okay, cool.
Move.
It's the same direction
Just
as
reach down. No.
Just push out.
push them to the ground.
Push them to the floor. Fuck
Cool.
those kids.
So you guys have arrived in Barren Spring.
I want to go find Papa for sure. I gotta
Okay.
introduce him to Ruben, and then
I
think-
definitely start screaming Papa as soon as we come through the gate.
True.
Ah,
Cool. I mean,
Papa!
I'm running,
Ooh.
I am running headlong to where I saw those ropes because I want to be where the balloons are.
okay, cool,
I'm
awesome.
gonna go with Asariel, I think, because I'm confused.
I'll
by
It
that.
does-
follow them when I'm shouting Papa.
I mean, it's all sort of in the same direction. The
my
balloons
God.
appear to be tethered nearby to where the citadel is that Papa's like kitchen was at. So you guys are all roughly heading in the same direction. Once you get there,
Asariel's running, just so we're clear. He is very excited. This is opening day 6 Flags for him.
Saren, are you doing anything else?
Are there any like little gambling games going on nearby?
Tons. Yeah, I mean,
I'd
you
like
see,
to go do that.
cool. You see, in
Bye, Saren.
one alley nearby appears to be like a couple of people. It looks like one humanoid woman, but she has like scales coming up her neck, and like these slits for eyes, playing with a couple of other goblins, at some kind of dice game in the street.
I'm gonna give her like a little sexy look, like, "Oh, you," and I'm gonna go see if I can join the game.
Okay, cool, awesome. We'll come back to that in a second.
Yep.
The rest of you head over to the citadel, and you see Papa appears to be in the process of like handing out different blankets and like bowls of like soup to people that have like sort of huddled up in the citadel. You see Squirt appears to be manning the cauldron. He looks probably like a half foot taller than when you guys last came through.
Cute.
And he
many
is
garms?
just like I don't even know, like a tenth of a garm. And
Oh.
he's just like stirring this big cauldron.
He's 11 inches tall.
Taller.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Squirt.
He was already like a half of a not a half, like a fifth of a garm.
He was the size of a Funko Pop doll the first
Yeah.
time we saw him.
Hello, Squirt.
Anyway, yeah, as he sees you guys come in, he kind of like throws his hands up in the air. Ah, my friends!
Wait, Squirt or Papa?
Papa.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Don't laugh at me.
I wouldn't have responded to Squirt, but I'll respond to Papa. Ah!
Cousin!
God,
It
good comrade.
Oh, bully.
comes over and he like trying to give everybody like a big group hug. He's like, "Come here, bring it in, bring it in."
I'm gonna be
We
trying to
all
pull more and bring our
fold
soldiers in
over
too.
Papa.
To bring them into the- Our
Come
soldiers
in! Come
hug
in!
you.
25 soldiers
Bring 'em
walk
on,
in.
get in here.
We're taking over.
9.
It's our town now.
9 in
This
I
total.
am the Papa now.
This is a hostile takeover.
Dakota,
Yes.
if you wouldn't mind, if I can retcon real quick, if I saw Saren head off into the alley, can I just like point 2 of the soldiers in that direction
Sure.
and shove them? Okay, cool. Not that I think you're gonna get in trouble, but if
Fine.
you do, it's 1 versus like 10 in the streets. Maybe a little help.
Yeah, but it's Saren.
That's true.
Cool.
You should
She's
send
got
3.
that tentacle and those them
Yeah.
shrimp.
I got the tentacle and the shrimps. They better watch out.
Are these euphemisms or these actual?
No, they're physical.
No, it's
Oh,
literal.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very well.
Papa.
Well, sit down. Tell me everything. Squirt, bring me 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bowls of soup. And he's like, go sit down. I'll be over in a minute. Give me 1 second to get somebody to help finish passing these out, and then you can tell me everything about, what's been going on, why you're here, anything like that. Yeah, just 1 minute.
As Papa walks away, I'm gonna count the amount of people that are here, including the soldiers.
We have 11. And
They're
he said
big bowls.
4.
He
Well,
doesn't seem to really have recognized the
bowls.
Mornbringer soldiers coming in with you guys. He
That's
comes in.
It's like it's family style.
I'm gonna grab Reggie and say, maybe he can't see them. Maybe they're invisible.
Ruben, do you guys have an invisibility spell on right now?
Looks at you
You're gonna wanna
very
turn that-
strangely.
You're
If
gonna
I
wanna turn
did,
that off.
wouldn't you be unable to see me?
It's a good point, actually.
But
This
what if,
goes,
what
Reggie
if you
goes beyond
clued
him
us in
though.
on the spell?
Can I
Squirt
shout?
Squirt comes
Oh, this-
over and he's like, hi, can do you want a place to sit? I can ask.
Take your order.
I
I
can
fucking
bring
hate this kid.
some extra chairs and we can use the big table if you want.
Can I
Yeah,
summon
that
another?
actually-
Can I
You
summon
find any
another
fucking
Efreet?
genies lately?
Yeah, you in any trouble, Squirt? What's been going on?
Kid.
It's like
Last time we were here, I think I punched you in the face a couple of times. I'm pretty sure I beat
Definite-
that demon at you.
definitely not what happened.
Oh, okay.
He guides you guys over to this big long table, and it looks like it was made for people mostly shorter than you guys, especially Garm. It's looked like it was made for people about a fifth to a half
Oh
of
my
Garm's
God.
size. So you guys all sort of like get in, you have to like kind of fold your legs and stuff like that.
I'm
Squirt,
sitting
I-
on the floor with my legs all the way out, and it's going underneath all of everyone's chairs.
I picture Hosier
Laying on
sets.
his stomach propped up like this so he can get at the table.
I
After
thought you said you were gonna take us to the big table, Squirt. You brought us to this tiny table.
this is the big table.
Why-
We need a
Aw.
bigger table.
We need to be nice to Squirt.
No, I think
Sorry.
it'll be all right. This is the biggest one they have.
Um,
Squirt
I'll
courted
go
at
get you
death
guys some
with a
soup.
demon.
And like with lightning speed, he goes back to the and you could see him like very skillfully like throws up a bowl into the air, like scoops some soup with a big ladle, throws it up into the air. The bowl like goes upside down, catches the soup, he grabs it and then tosses it onto the table with amazing
Monster Hunter.
dexterity.
This is like fucking Tom and Jerry. He like loads up his arm and he just like
Exactly.
throws soup up into the air and just
Exactly that. Yeah, basically juggling these bowls of soups and like tosses them onto the table perfectly in front of you guys. He says, and then he comes back over. Do you want any like salt or pepper?
No, I'm fine.
I think we're all right, Squirt. Thank you very much.
Of course. Yeah. Let me know if I can do anything. And he goes back to the soup. And just starts
Can I
stirring it. some more.
can I try and sneak a gold coin into like a back pocket or something while he walks away?
Give me a sleight of hand.
No pants. He's definitely dressed like Winnie the Pooh.
He's not.
Is this
He's not ass
is this
out.
a disadvantage because I'm in my armor?
No, that's
that
only
only-
stealth. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that gif. Yeah. Yeah.
A 16.
A 16. Nice. You managed to slip a gold piece in. He doesn't seem to notice.
Asero's gonna slide his bowl towards Garm, and is just gonna go back to knitting.
He does serve out. Squirt, by the way, serves out the
I like
the
when you
soldiers at the table
call
too.
gross.
Meanwhile, in the alleyway, Saren, you're playing dice with these
Yeah.
these barren spring denizens, and you pick up the rules pretty quickly. They explain it to you. It looks like the pot is like 10 gold or so. So you put in
Jesus.
10 gold into it. Everybody else puts in 10
Fine.
gold as well, and then the serpent folk woman begins like shaking the dice and rolling them, and you could see she gets let's see what she
Damn,
gets.
Saren, you bet the pot? Jesus Christ.
I don't know, man.
Saren came in and was like, I'm gonna ruin the economy of this table.
Or the economy of this town. 10 fucking gold.
She rolls a 16 total on what looks like 3d6 essentially.
Okay, so is that what
The
I
other
need to
goblins, yeah, roll 3d6. The other goblins roll a 6 and an 8, so she's currently in the lead.
do? Okay, hold on.
Need an
3d6.
insight check on that shit.
11.
11. At that, she scoops up the pot, 40 gold back from her.
Ah,
And this goes on for a little while.
all right. While I'm sitting there losing to her, I'd like to kind of slyly ask her, like, so how has the town been since the whole hobgoblin situation? I know they all left, and I don't know any word about if the hobgoblins are coming back.
Give me a persuasion check, or actually investigation with your charisma,
Okay.
or persuasion.
damn.
I'd allow either.
I'm gonna do persuasion.
Go for it.
How the hell did she roll a fucking 16?
18.
Rolled
A
almost
6, 6,
perfect.
and a 4.
I don't believe you, Dakota.
All right.
That's not why I'm here. 18.
18. Some of the goblins kind of like they look at each other, and then they're like, I mean, we haven't had much problem with the Imperium since they left a few months ago. Most of their armies seem to have moved back out. And then one of the other ones pops in. He's like, "Yeah, my cousin who lives in one of the three sisters. He told me that they're all regrouping at their capital. That something big is going down."
Oh. Any word about what that might be? Sounds fun.
No idea, but he says that this general guy that used to be here seems like he's looking to make some kind of a play soon.
Hmm.
But
Ah.
just let him know that if he comes back, old Fuzzo and the Sharks are gonna fuck him up.
I see. And who's the new guy? I'm just a silly foreigner, you know. I come from a different land. I'm just passing through. How's the new guy who's in charge? You think he's okay?
Oh, Papa?
Yeah.
They look at each other again, shrug. He keeps out of our way and sort of, he instituted this whole new balloon tag thing, so that's been a good way to get at some aggression.
What's and what I noticed that. I noticed all those people up there floating around. What are they doing?
What it's a new thing that Papa told us. He was getting sick of all the brawls that were taking place out in the streets and everything, so he had this guy come in from that town near southwest of here, Athalas. He had this guy come in and design these big old suits that should let them glide around and attach balloons to them. And so now they play balloon tag up there to settle any sort of disagreements. The people can like take bets on who the winner's gonna be. Has been really good for keeping the general level of violence down in the city.
What has Pizzazz been up to?
Dakota,
I don't think it was Pizzazz. I think it was Artie.
the amount of joy I felt at the idea of a Sky Thunderdome that you just ripped away from me, I will never recover.
We resolve all issues.
This
with
is a
game
mini
of
game.
Balloon ball.
We're gonna play a mini game, I think. Anyway.
This is your world. I'm just living in it.
And I'd love to play again with you, but do you know if there's any more serious games going down sometime?
Make another persuasion check. I'll say a disadvantage.
What?
Sharon loses the fucking pot and goes, not serious enough for me. I'm looking for higher stakes.
I got a 15.
A 15.
They would be rolling over for her. She's sharking
There's
them right now.
Listen.
I might know of a couple of games that might perchance be happening tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There's sort of an invite-only thing, though, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shoot.
Perhaps
So it's invite only.
if you were to meet me here tonight, I could walk over and introduce you to a couple of fellas.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Is this guy gonna kidnap and murder me, or is that just my real life instincts kicking
And he
in?
kind of like
They're
gives
offering you sex work.
he gives you like a little wink at the same time.
Perhaps if you were to show me some leg, I'd be more
Both of
forthcoming
my
with
legs
the
are out.
invitation.
12.
12.
Perhaps if you were to show me some fin.
He gives you the sense that he's certainly like coming on to you. He's certainly like
Gross.
flirting and like wants you to be his date essentially.
Mhm.
But he doesn't seem to be lying. He does seem to be like, this is my only chance with this woman. I'm gonna shoot my shot and try to see if I can offer anything to get her to go out with me.
Homie
He's right
think he
about
got
one thing
game.
there. There's
Horrifying.
one thing about that. This is his only shot.
Man.
What, with my sad little 12 inside check, I'd like to kind of try and read the snake lady.
Okay, give
Do I need a different inside check for that?
sure. Yeah, give me another one.
I didn't know that this fucking town had a noted celebrity of the Rizzler here.
I hate
I
you.
got a 16.
16. She appears to be sizing you up at the same time. She definitely looks a little bit more calculated than the two goblins that you're playing with. She doesn't seem she's trying as hard as she can to just like not give off anything that might give her away. You can see, I'll see with an insight check, that she appears very focused on the dice game that they're playing. And you notice at one point that she's fidgeting with a small pouch on her side.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check as well.
Oh my god. Ian brings up a good point. It is pretty cold out
18.
because there is a rizzard going on.
What was it, Saren?
18.
18. You can see she's fidgeting with some kind of like device in this pouch. And as she does, you notice that one of the dice in the ring, as she's about to scoop it up, kind of like shifts a little bit.
Yeah, 66 and a 4, huh?
Hold
Fucking
on,
son
let
of a
me
bitch.
look at my
Serpent
spells real
folk.
quick.
It's a vibrator.
Mm,
Just
Are
buzzing.
they her dice too?
Are you asking?
Yeah. No, well, the ones that they're playing with, do they appear to be hers?
I mean, they're just dice. It's hard.
Okay.
They don't say property of the serpent folk lady or anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. You know, not that I don't trust you, all of you. I'm kind of gearing this towards the goblins. But I'd like to play again with one little fun extra rule. And that's to put our hands on the mat here to make sure nobody's doing something fishy.
Give me another persuasion
The
check.
best I've got.
let's play it with
That's
a
a
new
poor choice of
rule.
words, Saren.
Stop cheating.
Yeah, it is. 25, though.
25. Very good.
I'm an idiot, but Sarah knows her shit.
Idiots want.
The goblins kind of like again look at each other, shrug, look back at you. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's the same game either way. I don't really care about that
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
Thank you
the
for
serpent
humoring
folk,
me.
The serpent folk woman says, "I prefer to not have my honor called into question. Random stranger who came up and played one game with us. If you prefer to
Negotiate
play
with
that
snake
way,
people.
then
Just
we
can't.
can. I'll just leave and take my dice with me."
Hmm.
Injured a balloon ball.
All right.
Yes.
The
You know
goblins
what?
like again look at each other, shrug. That's fine too. We're just here to play a game. I don't really care.
Sure, sure. Um. All right. Well, let's play again anyway. Forget about the new rule. Let's just play a normal game, and I'll take my own dice out very casually.
Okay.
I'm ready to play.
Serpent folk looks at you. Fair enough. Everybody rolls 3d6 again, puts another 10d6 10
Alright.
gold into the pot.
Sharon leans into her lapel and says, Asariel, take the shot.
That sets
Hold
down the
on.
knitting, turns around.
Ooh, it sure is a little warm today, isn't it?
The goblin gets a 10 and an 11,
Copy.
and then the serpent folk gets a 14.
Damn.
We are 4 clicks out, madam.
I got a 9, and I don't have any spells that will help me cheat.
This time
If we were at
because
a table,
you're
maybe
like
I can make it work.
because you're looking out for it, you can see as she rolls the dice, she does it with one hand, and the other hand does appear to be fiddling with that thing in her pouch again. And one of the dice you could see just barely as it like switches, it was going to land on a 1 face and instead lands on a 4.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna very casually like look at the dice and make direct eye contact with the serpent folk lady and like bring my gaze down to her hand that just moved, that's the cheating hand, to like show her that I saw, and then I'm gonna say it's a good game, I just have no luck today. Come find me, if you decide you want to play some more. And that's directed towards the serpent folk. I'm fully ignoring the goblins.
All right. One of the goblin who was trying to flirt with you, he's like, he wasn't even looking at you as you said this. He's like, my pleasure, baby. I'm looking forward to our dates. And then he looks up, sees you not making eye contact, and he's like, oh, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. The serpent folk
That's correct.
keeps eyes locked with you while this is going on. And you can see her give just like the faintest bit of a smirk as she begins packing up her dice and storing them in that pouch.
Alright, so I lost 20 gold.
Correct.
God damn it. That's fine. Oh, also I take the gold from my bigger pack, like then rather than my small bag. I don't let them see where the small bag is.
Cool. Awesome.
And then I go fuck off. I'm gonna go find the others.
Okay. While this is going on, you guys have sat down. Those of you who wish to eat have eaten some soup. Papa eventually comes back to the table and he sits down. So, tell me everything.
Well, where to start?
We tell them everything.
What do you remember?
All started on the day Reggie was born.
Well,
I remember when Reggie hatched.
we heard that you guys
Keep
went up
forgetting.
and took care of that creepy guy up in the Black Citadel up north of here.
He was a creep.
Then that was pretty much the last thing we heard of you for a couple of months now. We've had some traders come in from Athalas. It seems like you guys are doing well. You're keeping on your feet. Oh, speaking of Athalas, I have to tell you, that Artie fella does wonders. He is a true modern day genius.
Did he sound like this last time?
I don't remember.
I'm fucking glad to hear it. We'll have to stop by and
Glad
visit
we
Artie
stole
on our
him from
way.
you.
The Brooklyn accent is just too contagious for me to not use it for him right now.
Oh, it's great.
At the mention of Artie's name, there's just like a little fire in Noah's eyes.
And in his heart.
You
No.
good?
Yeah, I'm great. Great. Love Artie. Great guy.
Well, weirdness aside, I suppose we just wanted to know how it's going in town. We're really more stopping by than anything, making sure you're not being troubled by the hobgoblins or anything like that anymore.
Ah, no, we're doing very well. That battlement that the Imperium used to be set up on, we have taken ownership of it. We tore down their sort of fortifications on the other side. So now we are fully in control of this whole canyon. Um, so we have a good way into the Imperium. They've been more understanding than I would have expected them to. Um, they occasionally send traders and merchants through to partake in the markets here. Other than that, I can't say too much as to what's going on. I have noticed that some of their soldiers have been missing lately, but it's not like they tell me what exactly is happening, and I've been a little too
Sure.
preoccupied with matters here to investigate myself.
What do you mean? What's going on here?
Oh, just making sure that, after nearly half the city was burned down after a riot, people still had homes and food and work to do.
Fair enough.
Gotta work.
Get that bread.
So what's with the balloons?
Yeah, I suppose we have no other way to beat around the bush. What's up with the balloons?
You
And
notice
how do
it.
and how, and what?
Oh, that?
Oh,
You saw that?
I love you
But,
noticed it.
That
Yeah,
little
but-
thing, that old chestnut?
Well,
let me be straight to the point. What's with the balloons, and how do I get in one?
well, that happens to have been a particular stroke of genius of myself, which was enacted by Artie, who came through, made a bunch of these flight suit things. It says that they're not actually designed to fly, but they sure help people get down to the ground safe when those balloons pop. But essentially, what happens is whoever has beef with each other, they schedule some time in the balloon arena, as I've been calling it, and then
The balloon arena. It's one word.
they essentially get strapped to these balloons. They put on these like wing sail suit things. They go up there. They each have a flag tied to their person. Whoever gets the flag first gets to have their way. Not like that.
What?
They get what they wish out of the situation. It's essentially a means of determining who's right in an argument and who's not.
This sounds more like torture than
Anything goes, pretty much.
fun game.
Most people try to avoid popping the balloons because they don't want to see their friends plummet to death. But that's what the wingsuits are for. They help them glide to the ground if something should happen to the balloon.
No, I have beef with you. We're going up.
Was that trial and error? Was
Pulls
that
out
trial and error?
A little white silk glove. Psh, beef. Let's go.
I take off my gauntlet and throw it on the ground.
Papa, have the flight suits been tested on larger people
Papa?
or just goblins?
Mostly goblins. We did have one of those serpent folk go up at some point, but and they seemed fine.
Hmm.
However, I would not recommend strapping on your plate armor and going up in one of those things. Just
Sounds
so
about
you know.
correct, honestly.
No, you have
Need a lot
besmirched
of
my honor,
balloons.
and it will not
I
wait.
can't guarantee you would fall to your death, but I also can't guarantee that you would.
All right. Well, I don't think there's anything stopping No and Asariel over here from jumping up onto the balloon. So could we request a match somehow?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I think they just came down maybe a half hour ago, so we could probably get you strapped up and ready to go within an hour.
But I can't see any reason why not.
This will be a big event, so I'll have to send out some of our boys to go out and tell the town that the Horde Breaker heroes are going up in the balloons to hash out some beef.
Out of
That
curiosity,
D is doing a lot of work.
out of
Gotta squash-
curiosity, is it
Squash that
only
beef.
2
That-
people? Or
That
could it be
singular D is doing so much work in that word.
Is it only 2 people, or could there be a larger battle.
Well, we only had the
Free-for-all.
two wingsuits right now.
Oh.
Free for all.
But
All right.
theoretically, we could do larger.
I think it might be fun. And anyway, I'll let them fight for now.
How much to commission 3
got
more
three-
wingsuits
we've got
in
3 stock
30
each.
minutes?
30 minutes.
How much would it cost? Just give a number.
I mean, Artie's an Atlas. It would
A
take someone.
number.
I
A
Impossible.
number, Papa.
impossible.
All right.
A number.
Asariel, I suppose we want to get you all strapped up.
Well, I mean,
How are we gonna fit
while
into
we're in
these
town,
goblins' wingsuits?
So as you guys head over to the arena, you can see that the wingsuits are less like actual clothing. It's more like a harness that gets strapped on. And while it is like a little bit tight in the actual structure, it straps around like your upper biceps and like your upper thighs as well. And then it's mostly just sort of this freestanding kind of almost bat-like structure, with these massive like sail wings on it.
Yeah, but even still, the sails will be proportional to the body size of the person that they're fitting on.
No, the wingspan itself extends out from the back of it. It's not connected to your arms. It like extends further.
Even still, like humans with wings would have a 30-foot wingspan.
Well, it's not meant to fly. It's meant to glide.
This
That
is
also-
Wingate. This is Wingate right now.
I tried to include something fun for you, Cameron.
I wanted the Thunderdome.
I need physics-accurate wingsuits to
Damn.
enjoy this game.
Damn the physics.
At the same time, you can
I
see
just
that
want a
there's,
balloon.
besides the wings, there's a
That's
couple of
all I
other
want.
attachments to the back of these wingsuits. One is a large sort of like silk rope, which attaches it to a balloon with like a little like fire cage underneath it to like give it some hot air. And the other is a pole with a red flag stuck out of one and a blue flag stuck out of the other.
Where's that pole go?
It attaches to like near the tail of the
This is-
structure.
This is like a Mario Party game.
And shut up, Keaton.
No, absolutely.
I do love the idea of 2 goblins just drifting listlessly through the wind as they're trying to reach each other's flag.
He
Hot
starts.
air balloon jousting.
Papa starts like strapping one to Asariel as he's like explaining. He's like, "So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the wingsuit to actually sort of maneuver around in the air, try to get closer to your opponents. Account for wind currents and all that fancy schmuck. And then you are going to whoever gets the flag first wins."
Okay.
It's really simple. No, I don't know what you're not understanding about this.
Just see real.
Asariel
but-
resists.
Whatever.
Asariel resists the urge to cast Hunter's Mark on Nose Balloon.
No weapons either. No weapons while you're up there.
All right.
So you guys strap in. Well, on your marks, we're gonna go ahead and start lighting these things up. So go ahead and say your final words, I guess. He, like
May
takes
God
a
have mercy on your
a
soul.
small tinderbox and starts lighting up
Make your
the.
peace with God, you fuckers.
Wait, Sarah did bring up a good point in the chat. We do need a beef or a bet or something to settle. So what's
Where's
the
the
beef?
beef?
Where's the
Um,
One
beef?
has to have something to win, right?
No, or Asariel just slaps no. Bitch.
There it is.
I'm gonna punch a cereal right in the nose. I want to roll the hit.
Go for it.
Imagine I'm watching from like the doorway. Like,
Happening?
Does a 13 hit?
Not much is
It,
happening.
it does not, but Asariel will let it happen.
Okay, you do one
No, I
point
think
of.
it's funnier if you don't.
Okay.
Just no miss with a punch.
At this point, Saren, as Papa is like lighting up the oil lamps underneath the balloons, and they start to rise up into the air. You come around the corner of the Citadel on the advice of one of the nearby goblins at the Citadel, who told you that your friends are heading to the balloon arena to see Asariel and No strapped into
course
these
they are.
wingsuits as the balloons start rising up into the air.
When we go
look
up,
like we look like the kid from A Christmas Story.
I'm like doing like I'm like paddling like I'm underwater when I start to go up,
Cool.
and like Asariel is like legitimately enjoying like the scenery the higher and higher he goes. Like he's taking it all
Oh.
in.
Cool.
Can I, whoever is slower floating up, I'm gonna slap him on the foot and give him guidance.
Okay, cool. That's probably no, I would imagine. So yeah, you give him guidance. As you guys are beginning to like lift up off of the ground, you like kind of flail your feet around and then eventually sort of like fall flat as these wingsuits start drifting up, and you kind of get accustomed to it. And Papa like shouts up to you as you start reaching around 30 feet up in the air. He's like, don't start any sort of shenanigans until I blow the horn, okay?
Wouldn't dream of it.
Maybe I'll
He's
just blast
staring
both
at
their balloons.
Asariel.
Papa, I have a
Uh-huh.
question for you.
This is so.
What
this is-
What
this
happens
is
if
so
we
much fun.
cut the tether rope?
He just laughs a little bit.
You just keep going
I love
forever?
Papa. I love Papa so much.
And I just pull out like my carving knife, and I'm like, what happens?
Well, I would
No.
imagine they would keep rising up until they can't anymore, and
Go into
then at
space.
some point the oil in that lamp's gonna run out, so they'd start falling to their death.
No, come back. All right.
Gliding
Think
to their
about it.
death.
Kind of look at the
True.
knife, and I look at the rope,
Maybe they'd be fine.
and I look at Noah and Asariel.
Got it.
Character 3.
I did.
Character 3.
There are two
Ah,
hyenas in Garm.
that's all- there are.
Inside every garm, there are.
The rest
two.
of you
That's
guys,
That's
you-
only because he ate them.
the rest of you guys watch Asariel and No begin drifting up towards the sky.
I'm leaving.
And as the tether begins reaching sort of its final coil, you see Papa like pull out this massive horn, which looks like it was probably repurposed from the Hordebreaker Festival, and it
Before
is just
before he-
angled straight up.
before he says anything, Noah's gonna say to Asariel, "Real glad we didn't eat any soup."
Oh, I shouldn't have eaten so much soup.
I saw
Garm ate all the soup.
I saw Squirt's head go in there at least 3 times. I wasn't eating that.
All right.
I don't think he washes.
Cool.
That's where the
Stinky.
spice comes from.
That's the salt.
It's like cast iron. You don't wash it.
Yeah.
Those of you on the ground who are still hanging out near the arena, you see Papa like take a big gulp of air, as he like puts his mouth up against the horn and starts blowing into it, and there's this like resounding deep call out through the I had it muted so I didn't hear that one, but you hear this resounding deep bellow come through the horn up to you guys, knowing that the game of balloon tag is about to begin. That's where we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the conclusion of this
Unbelievable.
I was like, how do I disable this
side
sound
story.
effect?
All right. We will see you back there shortly. Gooby!
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ride or Dice. We are back, picking up exactly where we left off. No, my God, please,
Exactly where we left off,
Oh.
actually.
please end this.
No.
Wait,
So-
I can server mute people?
I wish it was like a separate person in the chat that I actually could just mute. So where we left off, Asariel and No began lifting up into the sky in a mixture of hot air balloon technology and wingsuits, both in a battle to obtain the other's flag, to work out some imagined beef. So, with that, as you
So-
guys head up into the air, we will, and the horn begins bellowing from below.
So where is the flag?
So the flag is attached to both of your like tails of the wingsuit structure.
So it's like on a pole
Correct.
out the back.
Exactly.
Okay. And we are like tummy down
Correct.
in the sky.
Yep.
Great.
And you've
Tummy
been, as
down.
you've been lifting up, you've been kind of like feeling out the wingsuits. You have a decent idea of how to maneuver them. They're still, a little clunky, and don't exactly move the way you would necessarily expect, but
Mhm.
they're responsive to you at least.
'Kay.
I'm gonna switch over to our battle music as well for this.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Why don't we go ahead and roll initiative as well? There's no battle map or anything for this. It's not like an actual battle, but just for the purpose of determining turns.
You didn't prepare for this battle.
You built something called the Balloon Arena and you didn't give it a map?
Wasn't intended to be a battle.
Jesus. Well, what else would go down in the balloon arena besides battle?
I don't know. Apparently, Skyball.
Why are you so disappointed in this, Cameron?
I wanted.
Oh, shit.
I wanted a floating battle arena. You put that image in my brain. And I will never forgive you for taking it from me.
Okay, cool. Asariel?
Nat 20 for a 24.
There you
Fuck
go.
off.
No.
14.
14. Okay, cool.
A normal roll.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
That normal people have.
So, Asariel, you are you're up in the air, obviously about 200 or so feet above the ground. The wind is kind of like pushing you back and forth, but you appear to have gotten the upper hand on No, and make your move first. What would you like to do?
All right. So remind me. Cunning action. That's disengage, hide, and is
Dash.
it dash? Okay, so dodge isn't one of them.
Dodge is one of. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, I'm wrong.
I-
I'm thinking of
I
hide.
as I would like to take the dodge action
Okay.
to and
Just
as
list to the side.
and as a bonus action, I'm gonna like dash around, and basically I'm just kind of like floating around, just looking at the scenery.
Cool. Awesome.
I'm not here for the fight.
You see No looking at you with complete bloodlust in his eyes.
No,
Interesting for you to say that
And
because
regular
I
lust.
am here for the fight.
like if you could listen to Serial's head, you'd be hearing like "Girl from Ipanema," like.
You see No, you see Asariel start to like take up more of like a defensive posture. He like sort of like withdraws a little bit into himself and like prepares to like spring out of the way of any sort of sudden movements. But that will pass on to your turn.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy to make his flames dim, causing the heat to lower
Ooh.
him.
Okay,
the
cool.
ground.
Science.
Awesome. Yeah. You cause the flames on his oil lamp to start flickering, which causes his balloon to drop. He probably loses about 30 or so feet, dropping to around like the 190 range. Yeah.
Whoa!
And that's your action.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now we have you guys from below. You see Asariel as he like starts like preparing to spring out of the way, suddenly lose a ton of altitude as he begins dropping before the balloon starts catching him essentially. And now you're looking at a No in this like massive wingsuit having the high ground on top of Asariel.
It's over, Asariel.
Asariel, you're up. You feel yourself like drop very suddenly.
Well, how in the heck am I supposed to get? How in the heck am I supposed to get the flag from? Well, you said I dropped 30 feet.
About that much, yeah.
Well, they took my weapons. But did they
Little did
take?
they-
But did they take my? Did they take my toy ball?
Little did they know I have a knife hidden in my prison pocket.
Nah, he wouldn't.
That seems awful.
Is there
That's
any way I
amazing.
can use? Is there any way I can like use my movement to try to kind of like jostle the lantern to try to get it to
Sure.
like
Yeah.
That one, it goes out.
Go ahead and give me. Go ahead and give me. I'll say just a general dexterity check. As you try to like maneuver around without knocking the balloon away.
13. I'm basically just trying to
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach to try to trying to feed more oil into the lantern to try to get it to.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you managed to like maneuver it around a little bit, like realign the oil and it starts like flaming up again. So that you start raising altitude again. You don't raise the whole time, or you don't raise the whole 30 feet back, but you're probably up again another 15 feet or so. And still rising.
I raise up and put up comical fisticuffs. I was like, it's like, yeah, try doing that. Am I back on eye level with No?
Uh-huh.
Or on the same plane? Yeah, do that again.
He coming. Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh lordy, coming. All right, No, you're up.
As he's
I dare you. I double dare you to do it again.
raising back up, can I like maneuver above him
Sure.
so that the flag just kind of ends up in my hand?
Go ahead and give me a I don't even know, like a dexterity check, I guess, to make your way over.
Me.
4.
4. So you start swimming through the air to try and get over to where he is. But as you're like making your way over, the balloon of Asariel's like rising aircraft like starts pushing you out of the way so that you're like your balloon is on top of you, keeping you aloft, and his balloon is underneath you, and you're like clutching onto the balloon itself at this point, as it's like drifting up in the air.
I'll start biting at his ropes.
Okay.
He will die. I will kill him.
You start like gnawing at the ropes on top of the balloon.
I got 2.
Who knows how effective that is. Asariel, you are up. You feel No's presence on top of your balloon.
No, are you trying to do what I think you're trying to do?
Ah! You're
How-
alive!
Is what? How big are the balloons? How many garms is a balloon?
They're probably about 2.5 garms each. They're
Holy
sizable.
Okay, so I just want to make sure my mental picture is accurate. So
He's
is
like
is
hot
No
air
basically
balloon.
is No basically splayed out on a balloon?
Essentially, yeah. Not like a massive hot air balloon, enough to bring up one person with no basket. Essentially,
All right,
it's like the size of a small room, like a small bedroom.
And so with the balloon separating us, I can't particularly reach him either at this point, right?
Correct. Yeah. In fact, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, as No's like collision with your balloon has definitely sort of like knocked you around a little bit.
Saving throw, that is a 15.
A 15. Okay, yeah, you managed to keep your cool as he didn't
Wait.
he wasn't
Yeah.
attacking the balloon or anything. He just
Fif- yeah,
landed on it.
15.
Cool.
Sorry, math. So what?
Are we in
what-
Reggie's aura?
Excuse me, can't get back to says.
She's in a
You know what?
balloon like next to you.
I'm just gonna take.
Spectating.
I'm just gonna take one more cursory glance around. Like, how nice is the scenery from up here?
It is gorgeous. You can even see up this high. You can even see the like the beginnings of the Emerald Sea far away to the northeast from here. You can see a couple of like small like settlements and stuff on the other side near the lake near the Black Citadel and stuff like that. A couple of
Enough
villages
to,
here and there.
Enough to update our map.
Probably if you took some time.
And hey,
Very nice.
Sarah's gonna take the moment, just kind of like lock this memory in, and it's like, okay, now let's do something stupid, and I'm gonna misty step to nose back and try to take the flag while he's holding on to the balloon, onto my balloon.
Okay. So your Misty Step, and for the purpose of this, your harness does not count as part of your clothes.
I'm aware.
Okay, cool. So you Misty Step out of the
Cheater.
harness. You bam on top of Nose, on his like his wing structure, and like are almost kind of like surfing it a little bit as he's like gnawing at your balloon. Cool. The Misty Step is a bonus action, right?
Yeah, and so for my action, I'd like to try to take the flag off.
Okay, cool. Give me I want to say an acrobatics roll to keep your balance as you're on top of it with no harness.
Oh, absolutely. 16 on the die for a 24 on acrobatics.
Nice. You have your hands on the flag. It's a little bit tough to get out, you notice. It's going to take you 2 actions in order to actually pull it out.
I'll start working at it.
From below you, you feel the balloon suddenly lose a lot of weight, and then you feel Asariel on top of you. And as you kind of like look quickly over the edge, you realize that his harness is totally unmanned. Okay, that brings us to No's turn.
I would like to release the restraints that are holding me to my balloon and dive off of this balloon towards his harness.
So you're releasing your balloon,
Mm-hmm.
but you're keeping the wingsuit on.
That was the intended effect.
How do
Okay,
I jump
got it.
out of the minigame?
All right. Give me
I prep Featherfall.
another acrobatics check. To release the harness.
I don't know if they deserve the.
No,
first
you're
roll.
guidanced. So you
Yeah,
can add a D4
is
to
it a-
something. Did you already
yeah.
use it?
No, I
Well,
didn't.
I'm sorry for making this.
No, this
I'm sorry
is
for making
great.
this exciting,
This is
Keaton.
incredible.
This is suicidal.
We're 10th level, baby.
And 200.
We
feet in
can't
the air.
die.
24.
You're golden gods.
We're
We're
basically gods.
golden gods.
Famous last words.
24.
24.
It's 25 d6 of damage if you fall, or d8, d10.
It's
What's fall damage?
D6 for every 10 feet that you fall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're about 200 feet up at the moment. Okay, so you release the harness from the balloon, so you're still in your wingsuit, and then you just like slide down Asariel's balloon towards where that his harness is. Asariel, give me another dexterity saving check as you suddenly begin falling down with him, riding essentially a surfboard in midair down to the ground.
Cam's gonna roll his eyes, but I got a 23.
Nice.
Motherfucker.
You managed to just barely hold on. You're actually holding onto like the flagpole, but you do slip off of the thing, so you lose your footing. You're now like hanging off of his flagpole as he's like falling down. Your legs just dangling out in the middle of the sky. No, you managed to slip and slide your way down to Asariel's old harness, and you can see his blue flag sticking out of the back of it. You can make an attempt to go for it as well. Go ahead and give me another acrobatics roll.
Goodbye, guidance.
Goodbye,
I used
guidance.
you already. 8?
8. You like as you're falling, the balloon no longer holding you aloft. You're unused to your sudden weight as you essentially begin free falling down, and you just like soar right past his thing before you like quickly stick out your wings, to try and like glide back up to generally where it is. But you do manage to miss it there.
Maybe I'll Eldritch Blast a hole in your wing.
Sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, you're up.
So I'm holding on to No's flagpole, right?
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna try to like swing my legs up to brace myself, and then try to start undoing the flag with my hands.
Okay, give me another acrobatics roll to try to brace yourself.
Do a barrel roll.
Get off my ass.
Do a barrel roll. You'll
No,
shake
someone,
them off.
someone else roll for me because no one's gonna believe me.
At the same time, Papa is down looking at the balloon beginning to fly up into the sky. He's like, oh, those suits weren't designed for 2 people. Uh-oh.
How expensive are those
It wasn't
balloons?
designed for our people. It hasn't been stress tested to this level before.
This isn't jackass proof.
Also, so just so I know, there's now one suit that's like tied up but just floating off into the air on the rope because
There's
no one's
one
in it.
suit that's like hanging in the air, perfectly stationary. Not stationary, but it's remaining at the same altitude that nobody is hooked up to. There's one wingsuit that's been disconnected from its balloon, currently soaring around a tether rope, trying to get back to it, that both people are hanging from.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So,
Oh, sorry. What
is
was
the
your acrobatics?
balloon-
25, but I feel bad.
You managed to like, you like spin around and hook your feet up onto the actual structure itself. No, you can actually see he like kind of like kicks you a little bit on his way to like find some purchase. You can see him hanging from your wingsuit as he's like trying to work at it again. Give me another. Oh, go ahead.
No, go. What am I giving you?
Asariel is. If you
Oh.
had something you wanted to do.
I want to flail my tail in his face.
Okay. Go ahead and give me
Forgot you had a tail.
an acrobatics check as well.
Oh my god, I have a tail.
Asariel, give me an athletics check at the same time
Damn.
as you're trying to pull the flag out.
Crazy.
24.
24. We'll do this as an opposed check.
20.
20. So you manage to like just hold off his like trying to wrench it out as you like wiggling it around. He can't find any sort of purchase as he's like trying to yank it out, but is having a hard time balancing that and the need to stay attached to you at the same time. All right, no, you are up. You're currently gliding. You're about to start descending in the air as well.
I'm gonna go for the rope this time.
Okay, his
Like-
tethered rope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Try and grab that.
you glide around and give me another acrobatics check or athletics, your choice.
Just
Finally.
a mental image of us tussling and tumbling is
26.
that's the fan art.
26. You managed to catch the tether rope. You're probably only like 10 feet or so below where his wingsuit is at the moment. So I imagine you start climbing up it, and then yeah, that's pretty much your turn as you manage to like climb up onto his wingsuit. Sariel, it is your turn.
I feeling a little more secure in my position. I'm just gonna keep going for the flag.
Okay, cool. Now that No is like basically vertical, you're essentially upside down as your feet have like latched onto like one of his like wing bars, and you're like trying to hold on to his tail. So you're upside down, and as you look up, you realize that that's the ground. As you start,
A smarter man would try to correct himself. I'm not that man.
Go ahead and give me.
I'm in the moment.
Give me another athletics check. I'm gonna say at disadvantage because you are upside down at the moment.
Athletics?
Yep.
7.
7. Unable to continue guiding this pole out of his thing. It's just stuck. You feel like there must be like some sort of like screw attached to it or something like that. Something that's just blocking it from getting out at the angle you're pulling.
Could I use my movement to try to like
Rearrange.
reposition myself?
Sure. Yeah. you want to be right side up, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Give me an acrobatics check as you let your legs fall out of their current brace, and try to reposition yourself on the tether rope.
19.
You deftly manage to swing your legs down and wrap them around the rope itself. You're no longer attached directly to No, and you still have your hands attached to the pole.
No just turns around. Long live the king.
No, you are up. You are climbing up towards where Asariel's wingsuit is as he climbs beneath you, attached to your tether rope.
I will continue my climb.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's not that far away, but as you climb up, you reach the tail of Asariel's wingsuit.
Is that my action?
No, that's just your movement.
Okay, then I will grab at his thing.
Okay, cool. It's not offering any resistance at the moment, because there's nobody in it. So go ahead and give me an athletics check. It does take 2 to pull these things out fully, though.
19.
19, nice. You managed to wiggle it enough to like loosen it. It's just a little bit left, which is the same sort of mechanism that yours is stuck on for Asariel.
And then I will action surge.
Okay, go for it. Give me another
And I
athletics roll.
Do it again.
That's what's up.
That was a natural 1.
Oh
No!
no! You aren't able to get the thing out, unfortunately.
Can you do
Asariel.
that gesture again, Dakota? What was he trying to do? Yeah.
You are like have your legs sort of like Mulaning around this rope as you just sort of let Nose climb, pull you up with it.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me another athletics roll to grab this thing out.
No, I gotta say, having climbed all over you, you have impressive calves.
No, are you still opposing this, trying to keep him off of you?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics roll at the same time. So
And
we'll
I
do another
say-
opposed check.
I say to him, all of my muscles are impressive. As I
Wait, so
try
yeah.
and whip him with my tail.
Is it athletics or acrobatics, Dakota?
Yours is athletics, Nose is acrobatics.
All right, 18 that time.
18.
18.
The
Ooh.
status quo. So you are just barely able to like loosen it enough to the point where it's like hanging on by a thread at this point. If you're able to like if you're able to get any sort of traction on it, you can easily like pull it out at this point. Yeah.
Can,
But
can I?
Oh, go ahead.
In one, it does the flag need to go up, or does like which way does it need to go?
It needs to go out, essentially.
Can I use my movement to plant my feet against No and push out to try to take the flag the rest of the way out?
I'll say go ahead and roll initiative to see.
Okay.
This is ballsy as fuck, though.
That's a 17.
17, no.
And I just add my dexterity. right?
Correct. Yep.
That's a 17.
Oh my. Okay, do it again.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh Jesus.
19.
19. So I'll say you're able to get up on top of No's wing structure at roughly the same time that he's making his last pull against yours as well. His pull is offering almost no resistance at this point. Just for the sake of fun, No, go ahead and give me another athletics check.
Yes. Come on, baby. Same time.
27.
27. So you guys pull the pulls out at almost exactly the same moment. As No, you finally wrest Asariel's thing out of his own wingsuit. And Asariel, you like push off of his wing structure with his pole in hand. And then very quickly realize that there is nothing tying you to a rope anymore.
I was planning for this and I'm excited. I Assassin's Creed like free fall.
Yes. So Asariel, you guys watch as Asariel grabs the pole out, and then just begins free falling down towards the ground.
And like not a oh my god I'm falling, like he like a deliberate like
Does he-
we go in baby, and then
Does he have this?
I
I'm
Let me-
asking Saren and Garm. He looks relatively confident, I assume, as he swan dives out of the sky
I'm not
towards the ground.
there. I
Um,
left.
all right, Saren, he's got this, right? He looks like he's got this.
Probably.
All right.
I'm
I
gonna
won't cast Featherfall.
I'm gonna cast message on Asariel and be like, "You okay? Are you gonna die?" That's a message.
we
All right.
At
He's
about
fine.
at about 40, right before the moment of disaster, I'm gonna cast Misty Step one more time and launch myself into Reggie's arms.
What the fuck?
You are maintaining your momentum, though.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
about to hit
does,
me with 25 d6 of damage.
okay, can I like shoot myself sideways or something like that, so I'm not like impacting the ground?
If you hit me, actually, I'm a wall. I can't be moved more than 10 feet with my armor. You'll splat against me instead.
You'll die more.
Okay.
Give me like what's your spellcasting modifier for this? It's wisdom.
Yep, +2.
Okay, cool. Give me a wisdom check.
Basically, I'm trying to like bamf myself
You're
in
trying
another
to-
direction. So
You're trying to
I don't-
portal gun yourself. I get it.
yes.
You're still falling at a near terminal velocity, though. You're just gonna
Look,
shoot
I'm-
out of a gun.
I'm here for a good time, not for a long time.
It really makes you wonder about the
Can-
physics of teleportation. In
Yeah.
general.
Can I have made an attempt to try and race after him to try and catch him?
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Okay.
you grab the pole, then you realize that weight on your back isn't there any longer, and you see him just plummeting to the ground with your flag in hand.
Then I will, like, as he kicks off of me, I
We
will
got
watch him in
revivified.
free fall and like fall
I
back
hope.
myself
Who does?
to
God
try
damn
and
Well, I look
try
forward to
and
being a
race
zombie.
after him.
All right,
Okay.
if they're both falling, then I probably.
I-
Well,
I
No
have a
has a
wingsuit.
wingsuit.
Oh, okay.
Asariel doesn't, however.
It's gonna be
So,
like Spider-Man.
No, go ahead and give me I want to
that's
say
good.
acrobatics check again. As you're maneuvering your glide suit to try and
Oh.
catch up with him.
I assume
may
that
have-
he is falling like this. I am going to try and fall like this.
Yeah.
I may have grossly miscalculated, thinking with portals.
I am doing acrobatics, right?
Yes.
18.
But I'm Horizon Walker. Portal is what I do.
19. Okay, so you
18.
18, sorry. You dive with your glide suit, like all the wings sort of like folded in at the moment, kind of like bulleting to the ground, trying to catch him. And just at the last moment, you like extend your wings, and you're able to sort of like catch up with his altitude. Asariel, seeing this, do you still want to Misty Step?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
God.
So no, you like swoop in to try and catch Asariel. Just at the moment that you catch him, he evaporates into mist.
Can I?
Asariel, what was your wisdom spellcasting check? It's too late for that, Reggie. It's too late.
Race at least? Like, can I just like
You-
disappear? Can I be like, oh fuck?
Didn't you have Featherfall?
Well, I was gonna, and then they looked like they had it, so I decided not to.
What was your wisdom check, Asariel?
It's just wisdom. Can I add my proficiency, maybe?
Sure.
I'm gonna die.
8.
8. Okay.
Wait, is he in my aura? Does that count?
No, maybe. No, he is like just on the edge of it, I think.
Damn it.
So you manage to Misty Step, and you try to angle yourself such that when you Misty Step, when you appear, you start falling sideways instead. And instead you're just spinning so much at this point in the air that you can't actually like get a grasp on how to do that. So you just fall straight on top of Reggie. Reggie, I will give you an initiative roll to determine if you are able to react to this in time.
So
There's
so
not enough dice.
so instead of shooting sideways, I just kind of like Misty cannoned my way into Reggie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it
That's a sound
just
strategy. We should do that.
straight initiative, not like
Just straight initiative.
dex save or anything?
You add
No?
your dex, but no saving throws.
I have +0 dex. That's a good old 4.
Okay.
That's what I rolled.
So you see Asariel and you like, I could probably do something to help about that. And then you see No about to catch him. And you're like, okay, good. I don't have to do anything. And then Asariel evaporates and collapses on top of you from nowhere. At the same time, so I need Asariel and Reggie to make dexterity saving throws. Asariel, you
Do I-
have
Am I in Reggie's aura?
you are in Reggie's aura.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
No. He has a fucking feature that lets him take no damage for dex saves.
I'm the only one that's gonna get hurt.
I do not
here.
have evasion yet.
I don't think he has that yet, right?
I do not have evasion.
I got 13.
13 for Reggie.
Motherfuck!
I
Do
don't think
not
you
let
could
him
evade-
uncanny dodge this.
I don't think you could evade face.
I don't
planting
think so
into the
either.
earth.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
want any arguments.
Just
I-
get out of the way of the
Who's
ground.
arguing?
I don't want any, Ian.
Who is?
I don't want any.
So, remember those 23s and 24s I was rolling? Those were nice.
What did you get?
I got a +8, and that gives me a 9.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Reggie?
We both die.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away in this
Reggie,
bitch,
what
I
was yours?
guess.
13?
13.
Okay, cool. So you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage as an elf, cannonballs from the sky landing
Not
on
bad.
top of you.
25?
25. 27
Me
for you,
too.
Reggie.
27,
Yeah,
okay.
same.
Asariel, you take... Hold on.
Oh no.
82 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 200 feet from the sky and just impact with the ground.
I think I've got spare the dying. Hold on.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
Forget.
I said I want no arguments.
I'm at 10, if that matters.
No, you cannot. This is not an attack.
Yeah, I know. I just want to cam the re again. I'm just gonna lay there like low key after getting smashed into the floor, just
But no, as you collide,
But-
as you
with the flag.
as you land with the flag in hand, Papa is going to make a perception check to see if he even noticed who pulled it out first.
I
He,
feel like
it's like, as he comes up to you, he's like, well, that was one of the weirdest and most intense games of balloon tag we've played yet. As far as I can tell, you both pulled it out at exactly the same moment. So I think we're going to have to call this one a draw.
Rematch.
I guess we just have to get back up there.
all right.
The other wingsuit.
Well, it's going to take us a second to get another balloon up and running. He looks up at one, just soaring off into the atmosphere.
Did one get cut?
One was
You
detached
cut
from
yours.
the wingsuit that was tied to the rope.
But I assumed that the wingsuit was tied to the tether, not.
The wingsuit is tied to the tether, and then the balloon was tied to the wingsuit.
Seems like a poor design.
It's
This whole
Artie.
thing does not seem very
Yes.
OSHA compliant.
Yes.
It's Artie. He's not like the greatest
just like-
inventor in the world.
Why would you tie your like 1,000-foot rope to a person and not to the balloon that's going to be holding it. I hate this.
It's
Why would you
assumed
cut the rope?
person
I
will
hate
stay attached
Artie
to
so
the
much.
balloon.
I'm killing Artie the next time we see him.
Absolutely not.
I am.
It-
Poor
I will
Artie.
spare the dying on him.
I will not be swayed.
He made you that crossbow.
I think it's
I'm killing
assumed-
him with the crossbow.
Jeez. All right.
That'll teach you.
You can see you've drawn a bit of a crowd who appeared, and as Asariel like picks his nearly broken body up from the ground.
Oh, Dakota, you assume too much, brother. What percentage is 82 of 92?
Nearly 88%.
I ain't moving for shit.
As you at least raise up the flag
Yep, yeah.
from the ground, the crowd that has gathered around the arena erupts in cheers. Yeah,
Jesus.
including
So I
most
just
of the
Don't
Mournbringer
encourage
soldiers.
them.
The Mournbringer
just picture being
soldiers as well are
I picture
like
being face down in the
in
ground and just
shock.
being like,
Rah rah rah.
Rah, 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 indeed.
Rah, Rasputin.
Oh, I should have taken
Ooh
bets.
la la.
Oh, I would have made a fucking killing. No one would have saw a tie coming. No one.
Not even you.
How
I would have.
how did both you and Saren stay on the ground and not take bets?
Fuck.
As
was
you guys
tired.
begin
They're tired.
dismantling and unattaching yourselves from the harnesses, they start pulling in Asariel's like errant wingsuit and balloon from the sky.
Good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Garm,
You did
Well.
it.
in the meantime, what have you been up to?
So as soon as they basically got strapped in, and I'm used with cutting them loose, so I didn't have to watch it happen. I decided to not kill them, and I'm like, well, while I'm here, I'm gonna go
For
buy
myself
look
just
for
fine,
some
thank you.
spell components.
All right.
Shopping day.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like-
last session taxes. Nah, let's amp it up with some shopping.
Cool. So you go off and
So-
buy spell components.
I need to do some antiquing.
Okay.
Specifically, I need to buy a glass eye worth 100 gold pieces, as well as a
Of course.
well, they're specific ones, as well as a pair of platinum rings worth 50 gold each.
I will say
Would I
that
be able to procure those?
you can find a glass eye, but you probably cannot find the platinum rings here.
Okay. I will take that. That's
Okay.
the platinum rings is the lesser of my
Cool.
concerns there.
While he was thrifting, he also picked
Dope.
up a big fur coat and a cane.
The cheetah print cowboy hat.
Yeah, and a cheetah
with a
print
big-
cowboy hat.
With a big peacock feather coming out of it, right in the brim.
And he comes back looking like a pimp.
You know what? Give me an investigation check, Garm. Maybe there's platinum rings here.
Arm is a player in a management position.
25.
25. You know what? I'll say you do manage to find platinum rings here. Maybe in the absence of the Kruthix and the Darrow of the dwarven fortress here, some enterprising spelunkers have gone in and found some items that you guys didn't clear out.
You're gonna
Yeah,
tell me
I've
that
got
we
some
didn't
spells
dust
that
all
I've
the
never been able
cobwebs
to
in there?
cast
Yeah, that sounds crazy. That doesn't
are
sound
now
like us.
getting added into the
doesn't sound like us
repertoire
at all.
finally.
Wait, what did you say, Garm?
I said I finally have spells that have been in my
Hmm.
preparation box that I could never cast. I can finally cast clairvoyance.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, with that, how do you guys want to spend the rest of your day? It's probably close to 4 p.m. at this point.
I want to hang out with Saren.
Hi.
Reggie, carry me.
Here's the thing. I feel like you sort of deserve this. Why? Well, okay, we sent you up there with 2 safety instruments designed to keep you from plummeting to your death, and you somehow detached yourself from both.
It looked cool though, didn't it?
It looked very cool until I got hit with your plummeting body. Now get up off the fucking floor and buy me a drink.
It looked cool though, didn't it?
I'll slap my hand on his back and I'll give him some
Very
lay on
Tom and
hands.
Jerry of an episode.
I suppose I'll be nice.
Cool. You
You're
managed.
down 8. I can give you max. What is it? 40, I think.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, 40.
Perfect.
I can get you half.
You managed to heal his broken legs, so that he can actually get up off the ground
Jesus.
from falling 200 feet.
Cyril gets up and like he's a mess of tossed braids and blood, and he's like, kind of after the lay on hands, he's like gonna pat Reggie on the armor. Yeah, it's just I'll say in Draconic, what a time to be alive.
If that's what you want to call what you are right now, sure.
So,
All right.
And I'm gonna go buy him a drink.
cool.
Hell yeah. Let's get
Awesome.
plastered.
Mark
We'll
up.
take the Mornbringer soldiers with us too.
You guys head off.
Like a Cyril will buy the Mornbringers drinks too.
Ooh.
You head back to the tavern, the Still Soldier, which you remember from your last
Yay.
time here. And then, what are the rest of you getting up to?
I'm gonna just take a walk about town, keeping my eye out for the snake lady.
Okay,
Oh,
give me a
not your goblin boyfriend.
perception
No.
check. Perception or investigation,
Not
your
the
choice.
goblin.
Not showbiz.
Do you tell me
Let's do
about?
investigation.
Do you tell me about this snake woman?
I did not.
Damn.
Hanging out?
But if while we're hanging out, I'll go ahead and I'll be like, so, a snake lady might come and talk to me. Hopefully, I was gambling.
Is it
I
the
got a
snake
15.
lady? Is it the snake lady that I had a drinking competition with? I'm asking Saren.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were
I-
asking Dakota.
No, because I
No,
wasn't
that's fair.
there. And
Maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of fun. Small
I'm-
world would that would be.
I'm gonna assume that it was, and I'm gonna keep an eye out for her.
It's racist, but okay.
Did I see another snake lady here? I only remember you bringing her up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And even then, I think she was a lizard folk, so I'm probably just wrong. I'm probably being racist.
She was lizard folk.
Incredible.
Never mind.
Just races.
I
You
will
also
keep an
think Reggie is a snake lady.
I think we're all snake ladies on the inside.
I mean, have you seen Reggie with seaweed on his head before? He could
That's
be
a snake if
anything.
I ever saw one.
He could
Hot.
be anything.
Oh my God.
Pretty hot.
I dare not look. Otherwise,
Oh.
no one
Oh.
will be worried.
Oh, sweet Regina, how I miss her.
Ugh.
I will keep an eye out for a slithery folk.
Give me an investigation check as well.
12.
12. You guys are walking around town for the duration of sort of the early evening. With kind of like meandering and taking the scenic route to the tavern. And you don't seem to notice that woman either following you or hiding or keeping tabs on you, anything like that. She doesn't seem to be around.
Mhm.
Eventually, you
Did you-
guys all make your way
Alright.
to the Still Soldier.
Would you have told me that she cheated in a game of dice?
No, I did not tell you that.
Mm.
I tell you that she won all of the games and that I like it when people win things.
Mm. I think we should play some games sometime.
I think so too. That would be fun. Though I will not be going in any balloon contraptions for those games. But I'll
I'm-
play some dice.
I'm pretty good at those kinds of games.
I know, so I don't want to lose. So
What about some
I
like
don't want to be on a balloon.
water balloon type of game?
can make that work.
Is there anything similar?
I like having an advantage, but there's a sport that they play that they play back at home, but that was never super. It was very strange, if Priestess played an underwater football kind of sport.
I don't know, but I can imagine.
Mhm.
I've never visited your home world. And I will
My
refer to
home world.
Your home planet.
I must go now.
Boop, 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 boop.
Sharon died on her way back to her home.
Eventually, you guys all make your way
Oh.
to the Still Soldier. You can grab drinks. Anybody who wants a drink, mark off a silver.
Asariel is buying drinks for Reggie and the Mornbringers.
Cool.
And as he gets a few drinks in and is getting a little more comfy, he's just nothing like harmful, like anything that would be like a scandal back home, but like telling a few like embarrassing family stories of House Mornbringer.
As you guys are getting drinks and carousing and generally relaxing, a couple of young goblin children, namely the few that you saw when you first entered the town, come up to you with like small like parchment pads, as they and like a quill, and they come up to you, Asariel, and like, hey, we saw what you guys did earlier, and we thought that was really, really cool. And we just wanted to know if we could have your autograph.
What? I guess Asariel will sign it.
They like take it and like clutch it to their chest and stuff. That is so cool. Thank you. And then he goes up to No.
I'm gonna lean over to Reggie, like, do you know how to sign my name?
Oh, yeah. I think, do you want to do it in common?
Do you want it in common? I say to the child.
And they look at each other.
I look back at Reggie and I'm like,
All right.
They wanted
sure.
a goblin.
Do you want me to do it for you, or do you want me to like show you and you can like copy, or?
if you could if I can hold the pen and you can reach around both of my arms
Of course.
and guide them.
I'm familiar with the
That's
procedure.
a
Yes.
great around.
All right.
I
I'll
love the
step
helping
up
hands
behind
game.
No and reach all the way around him, and wrap my hand tenderly around his in the writing position, and then as best I can sign No.
Oh,
No.
oh.
These
They-
kids are just like,
One of them
what's
is
the
like
energy here?
nearly like passing out from like excitement, and the other one, it kind of like tugs on Asariel's sleeve and says, "When I'm big enough, I'm gonna play balloon tag just like you did today."
don't. It's so unsafe.
Here, you want that to really be worth something? Let me do this, and I'll spit on the piece
No!
of paper.
Yeah.
Oh, like No is like, very good.
I'm upset.
Then the kids run away.
Before they leave, I'm gonna
Getting
grab them and say,
spit on.
when you do, make sure you have someone take bets.
Don't want to lose out.
We missed a major opportunity today. You shouldn't do the same.
All right.
Ridiculous.
So, with that, is there anything else that anybody wants to do before you guys bed down in a room for the evening?
It's been a long night.
Oh, this is a deep
Um,
pain.
It's been a long day.
This is a
After-
deep pain.
I'll sort of be sitting off a bit to the side, and I'm going to finally start looking through the Necromancer's book now that I can use the ritual to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
And I would like to start to look through that horrible man's notes.
This was the
That's
book from Blackwater Barrow, right?
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
Holy shit.
Um, so a great deal of this book, as you are looking through it, are notes about other planes. And as you're like kind of looking through it, you remember that he had in that layer some kind of device that allowed him to look through the veil between worlds, and view them in real time. And you can see like different observations about like different kinds of devils and demons. He seems in particularly interested with the city of Dis, the homeworld of devils, and makes different mentions about archdevils and rulers of different levels of the city of Dis, and is trying to figure out some sort of like power structure there, some sort of hierarchy. Who answers to whom? Who pledges fealty to whom? Who's made promises and oaths that they've like subsequently betrayed? The great deal of this book seems to focus on that. And as you are kind of like leafing through it at this point, he appears to be investigating two people in particular. Two people seem to be the focal point of his studies. The first is make a religion check. You probably your cackle probably have some rudimentary idea of demonology and devilology.
10.
10. It's not a particularly high DC. The first figure that he is looking into is the Lord of Dis, a devil by the name of Necropolistus, who is said to be the ruler of all devils, sort of like the top dog. And he is trying to find anybody that is like the next point of connection, like the next head on the totem pole that he marks several times in the book, like this person could get me an audience with this person who could get me an audience with this person who could get me an audience with Necropolistus. He's trying to find a connection to the head honcho of the city of Dis. And the second person is, he doesn't ever refer to them by name in the book, calls them the black hole of Dis, the missing page, the void of devils. But he appears to be looking for and like you can kind of tell, he quotes at one point in his book the frayed edges where a major player used to be in the city, and no longer exists.
Or
Is that somehow all our
no
fault?
longer exists.
Give me an
Oh,
insight check as well.
28.
28. Based off of your discoveries at the Black Citadel, you would guess that this could refer to a number of people, and particularly in relation to No's memories coming back. This could refer to any one of these three people, which you're currently unclear about. It could refer to No himself. He appears to have been a powerful figure at one point in the city of Dis to the devils. Could also refer to this woman that No claims to be seeing visions of, the one that recruited him. Or it could refer to a name that you first uncovered at the Black Citadel, the name of Supremator.
God damn Supremator. He's back.
Autobots.
I
roll
love
out.
him so much.
Supremator's here to lead the
Necropolistus and
Decepticons.
Supremator. Okay, that's a lot.
Oh. Why did I get named Inferno?
So did
I could have been
sorry,
Supremator.
So did he think that this black hole was the missing link to get him to Necropolistus, or is it just another? There's two landmarks: Necropolistus, black hole.
He's talking about them in conjunction with each other. it appears he give me an investigation check.
He wouldn't happen to have a Polaroid in there.
I
of-
like when they're not religion
either one of
checks,
the
'cause
people,
I'm
right?
good at that. Oh, it's a 9.
A 9. I mean, he makes it very clear that these are two separate goals that he's pursuing, but he appears to have kept a lot of his motivations for why he wants these people to himself.
That more just like, are these distinct goals, or
Yeah.
or is one an ends to this mean?
The impression you get
That's what-
is that they're two distinct goals.
Okay. Ooh, I thought this was a spell book.
And there are
There's
some
a tr-
spells written. The majority of the book is taken up by these observations, and then he has like some minor spells available to of the necromantic school of magic available in the back as well.
in the glossary.
In the glossary.
All right. That's some shit. Okay. I need some time to write all that down.
That's okay. Anything that anybody else wants to do before you bed down?
No. Sarah will have a few drinks. He won't get plastered, but he'll have a few drinks, and throughout the course, he's gonna try to like encourage. Probably won't have to encourage much, I'm assuming, but you're gonna try to encourage Reggie to interact with the Mornbringer soldiers and vice versa, like trying to like help foster a like just a like good vibes amongst all of them, and then like once he feels like that's going well, gonna just find a room and fall down.
Okay, cool. Awesome. There are 3
Sarah-
rooms available for rent at the Still Soldier. Do you guys want to discuss sleeping arrangements now?
I zoom in and try and get one by myself.
Okay.
I don't know. What are our options here?
We could all cuddle.
Ooh. Sounds like
We should
fun.
all cuddle.
I don't think we
Hope I
don't
have
have
the
enough space
best.
for all the Mornbringer soldiers. Is that the idea?
Well-
Captain Reuben
But all cuddle.
Captain Reuben lets you know that they will they're gonna camp outside the city on the outskirts.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well,
then
then
they'll meet
I'll
up with
see
you
if I can
guys
get
in
a-
the morning.
Can I get a room? Is that cool?
So there's 3 rooms. Asariel's taken one, Reggie's taken one, and Saren's taken one at this point.
What time of year is it?
It's approaching fall.
I'm gonna sleep out under the stars.
Okay. Garm?
I'll go with no.
Okay.
I would be very interested in that, but right now I want a soft bed and 4 walls.
Give me so 5 silver for anybody who takes a room.
Done.
So, why
Okay.
does it look like every bone in Asariel's body was broken?
As it was.
Because he's a little stupid.
He is very weak.
The balloons, he unstrapped himself.
He is weak of will and weak of mind.
And now weak of
Wow.
body.
The ground is strong of ground. That's, I think, what the actual saying should be.
Reggie is very strong and broke every bone in his tiny lithe body.
That too.
But in a way, Artie is the one who won between you two, since it
And
was a
that's
tie.
why he must die.
Okay, all right. I do think it could be cool to have one of those balloons for ourselves. That would be fun.
Yeah, we could make an
How would we
airship.
take it around?
We
just
could
have
have
it.
an actual bigger one to like transport us without our mounts.
Like an airship.
Yeah.
Or just a hot air balloon. Classic hot air balloon. People would
I
see us
think-
coming though all the time.
No, we get like 3 big balloons and we tie them to Cardus's boat.
To make an airship.
Yeah.
Airship.
Um,
Anyway.
Cool. So, you guys all head to your respective rooms, start resting and sleeping, wearing off the day. Saren, what is your passive perception?
Not high enough.
Oh no.
Passive perception is 11.
11. Okay, cool. At around 2 a.m., you awake to find cold steel pressed up against your throat.
Oh shit!
She's here.
You
Hey.
should have went
Hey,
on that
girl.
date.
You
Oh
open your
god, if it's
eyes
the
and
goblin,
you
I'll let
see-
him kill me.
If it's what?
If it's the goblin, just like don't wake me up, just slice my throat.
You awake
You're ready
and
for that
see
date.
the serpent folk woman standing over you with a
Oh,
short
hey.
sword, like just poking very gently into the skin of your neck.
Hey there. I was wondering if you were going to come find me.
What do you want here?
Well, that depends. What would you say your specialty is? Are you just a thief? Are you just a cheater? What is it you do?
I'm the one asking questions here.
Okay.
Okay,
Why
okay,
are you
okay.
here? You came
I'm
back
here with my
around
friends.
around 4 months ago.
Hmm?
Stirred up a whole lot of trouble for this town,
Mm-hmm.
and then left. Now you're back. What is your plan?
Is this a fucking like loyalist? Like,
Truthfully,
Make the
Um,
empire good.
we just came back to check on the town to see how it was going. But I do admit I was
Find
looking
something.
for something else.
Her eyes sort of narrow at that
Mhm.
last sentence. And what is that something else?
I want information on a rolling basis from someone who's not Papa. I want a spy, frankly. You seemed like you're up to it. I liked what you were doing with that dice thing. Was that an object or a spell?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah. At disadvantage.
She has
That is
you.
so fun.
She has you with a blade under your throat.
That's true.
Saren Sweet talks at sword point.
15.
15. And what kind of information would you be looking for?
Mostly about the power structure of this place. It's very vulnerable. It's very strange, but it's in a good position. I'm worried the Imperium is going to come back. And I want to know if there are other powers that we do not already know about. My friends are good. They're very good people. So they do not know much about this sort of undercurrent that blooms in most civilizations like this. I want a finger on that undercurrent. I want to know what's going on. I want to know who the powerful mages are, what they're making, what they're doing. I just want to be kept in the loop.
Going to make a choice that I don't often make. Because me and my allies are a little bit at our wits' end here. So I'm going to choose to trust that what you say is true. I think we have a lot to discuss.
Cool.
And she is going to you could see she's wearing kind of like a deep like emerald green sort of like tunic with like gold embellishment and stuff like that. But it's mostly sleeveless, revealing a lot of her like shoulders and arms and everything. And she's
Hot.
gonna like pull back part of the like upper part of the tunic to reveal like just above her heart. And you see a tattoo there. Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
You caused a lot of trouble for us, but I like your moxie. Let me tell you about my secret organization.
That's how I get everything done. Another 15.
It's also
Another
how most
15.
RPG games work. So
You do recognize it. The last time you saw it, it was flying above a particular building on the Hobgoblin Imperium side of town.
Oh.
This is the mark of the Iron Shadows, the secret and elite forces of that were sort of the Imperium's stealth brigade.
Mm.
Rogues, spies, assassins.
Those fucking assassins.
So she says, "You're right, there are undercurrents that you're clearly not aware of. And to be frank, my forces could use someone with you and your group's penchant for mayhem."
So there may be a misunderstanding here. I was looking to hire you. Are you trying to hire me?
You want some ass?
You don't hire the Iron Shadows.
Well, I didn't know that was where you were.
Perhaps. We've been made aware recently of the general that you ran in with here a few months ago.
Mm.
He's begun getting ambitious, let's say. And the Imperator up north has begun getting antsy about him gathering more support, more magic, more power. We don't know what he's
Is it
doing
the-
up further north, but should you ever find yourself in Imperium lands, you can look me up.
And how would I do that? What is your name?
Look me up. I'm an easy lay.
Shut up.
My name is Nironi.
Ooh. How do you spell that?
Naironi.
All right. And
If you ever find your way to Boulder Watch, it's at the
Underwatch.
southern end of the Emerald Sea. One of the 3 sister cities of the Imperium.
Mm.
Boulder Watch. What are you
There's a
gonna watch
tavern
that
there.
Boulder do?
Only one in the city. Ask for Nironi.
Mhm. Right. All right. With this general, you think a coup is in the works, perhaps?
I think it's more than likely. Less than
Mhm.
certain.
All right. My trouble here is that if I do help you, if I find out what he's doing, I think we're heading in that direction. Would I not be helping the Imperium potentially come and take over places like Atalos, like my home? Don't like that.
The Imperator is less interested in conquering West for the time being.
Hmm.
It was the general who pushed so hard for our presence here to be stronger. By helping take care of
Right.
the general, you might actually be assuring Atalos' security.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then I'll stay in touch.
I'll see you around.
Wait, before you go, how did you cheat at the dice game? I'm very curious.
She gives that little smirk again. I have to keep some of my secrets, don't I? And she
Flirt.
It was a 4.
Okay.
the blade like disappears from her hand, vanishing in a puff of smoke. She puts one hand up against the other, and a sphere of darkness emanates from her hands. It eclipsing the room and your own vision as well. You hear the sound of her jumping out of the window, and then
It's just going dark and then just like.
she's gone.
Oh fuck.
The darkness
Oh,
eventually fades, and your room is empty again.
Ninja vanish.
Wow.
Fun.
That's where we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for tonight.
So many threads.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking to hire spies, and look what's happened.
The spies found
Crazy.
you.
The spies found me.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in and watching again. I'm excited to be back and hopefully with a more regular schedule. So, stay tuned. Next Sunday we will be back in action. That's what, the 23rd? 23rd, right? Yeah, the 23rd. So we will see you there. Goodbye everybody, and have a good
23rd.
night.
Bye.
That's